Greetings, everyone. Sorry we had to skip last week's epic space fate encounter, but we are indeed back, and we have a boy and a space. I almost called it a cat. That's mean to me. He's not a cat. I'm gonna hop in chat now. Good. Hello, everyone.
Hey. Hello.
We have begun. Alrighty. Who wants brownie points for remembering where we left off last time?
Oh, I thought you were gonna stop at who wants a brownie.
I mean, if I had brownies, I would give them out. I'm short on brownies, though.
When we last left off, I chopped Duke's arm off, and we're headed to Teve so I can throw him at him and be like, give me my money.
Oh yeah, my space race.
This is accurate. You indeed had a space race on a planet. And then you caught Duke there, who is skulking around, trying to nab who knows what. Georgiana, I guess as a reminder, your reward was a very strange data pad. Remember that?
Yes.
From someone who seemed more happy to get rid of it. Put it that way.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yes. They mentioned that they would be following, not necessarily following you, but like following you. You know what I mean? Not physically, but like following your escapades. It's more so the tone you got from them. Nara, you noticed that this specific pad was locked. And as mentioned to Georgiana, I do believe she shared this with you guys. If unlocked, of course, you could take data and such from it, but the person did mention you guys would be tracked almost instantly by the person who wants this pad. It wasn't specific about names or who they are. We can probably venture to guess, but all the same, it probably has some dangerous information on it. So I will say, mechanically, how you can do this is you can just throw caution to the wind and start reading shit off of it, and I'll just start throwing things at you in terms of information. Or you can basically try to like sneaky it. I'll let you do a roll. And if it succeeds, you can have limited information and they'll still follow, but it'll be more like a blip. So they'll know where you were, not necessarily where you are this very second. So you're basically keeping it contained. I
absolutely want to do that.
So basically, if you want it to be more interesting, just read it. But if you, also now it's probably about time to get chased, if I'm being entirely honest.
Yeah, I don't want to get
just read it. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So, Nara, you're probably the only one who can actually hack into this bad boy. So we will say
burglary.
Yes, we will say some burglary. I'm gonna say go for 3. Overachiever. All right then.
You know how I do.
So as you tinker with this small device, we are indeed back on our way to Teve's Terrace, and you see a glut of information. It all seems to be scattered, we'll say. At least that's the closest word you can put to it, Nara. The information was almost hurriedly placed onto this device. You're not sure who did it, when or why, but you do know that they definitely did not want anyone to find it for whatever reason.
Do I recognize like a style of the information? Does that make sense?
Sort of.
Like, could I suss out who I... Okay.
I feel like there's more to that sentence.
There is. There is. I'm just not sure how to word it.
Fair enough.
So I can't... I guess I'm trying to...
You trying to find the maker?
Yeah, like, is it something familiar to me, even if it's not outright stated?
Yes, that's a much easier question to answer. It is very much familiar to you, and I will say this. Let's see. I'll basically allow you at certain moments during today's session to tinker in and pull out some answers and such. But you, or any others, if you allow them to, basically you can ask me a question. If it's too much, I'll tell you and say pick a different question. Otherwise, just throw a question at me and I'll answer it. And this is basically your version of hacking. And effectively, if the hack is too hard, you'll get a weird, garbled answer, and then probably another chance to look, because you probably hit a dead end, a wall, if you will. But if it's a clear answer, I'll just throw it at you.
Unfortunately, Nara is the smart one here, and not necessarily me.
That's
I don't know what questions to ask.
That's fair. So your first question is, does it seem familiar to me? I can answer that while you were getting into it. Yes.
It does seem familiar.
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of information have I picked out?
Currently, you're just digging through it, and when I say it's unorganized, I mean
it's pretty scattered.
It is so scattered. It almost looks like someone took hundreds and thousands of folders, just looked at open windows real quick for a second, and then the cartoon dumped them out onto the desktop, and it's just notepad on notepad on notepad, just all stacked up, and it makes no sense initially. Very much like, okay, what goes through your mind is both good encryption, but also, huh? Why organize like this? It makes no sense.
Could I take that information and put it into like a program to, what is it, decrypt it?
You can, but you get the feeling
or
that
to like maybe
doing so would either be time consuming or having the channel open, we'll say, for too long will attract unwanted attention.
Okay. I will. Can I take it off the data pad at all?
No.
Or is it just there?
From what you gather, the information is just on the data pad, and you basically get the feeling as if you were try to decrypt it, if you were to try to organize it, or if you were to try to remove it in any way, that would instantly trigger something. And you very much know it probably wouldn't delete everything, but it would trigger whatever emergency.
But
protocol.
That information is on there.
Yeah.
Now.
So sort of imagine it like this. When you want to look through this, you're effectively Control F searching it. So for example, if you were to say, what color is this dog? And then I will just say, the dog is brown. You go, oh, cool. So that's effectively how it works. And if you want to not necessarily pass it around, but effectively show your crewmates, or if you can think of something later, you don't have to think it right now. Of course, the channel is open to you. Essentially, the more you poke and prod at it, the more dangerous it becomes, is effectively how we're going to do this. So you have a floating question for the session, effectively. You can do it whatever you want. Anyone else can ask it. It's up to you.
All right. So I just know that it's kind of familiar in terms of the way that it's encrypted.
Mm-hmm. Both the encryption and the way some of the files are organized, and I use organized very loosely.
Okay, I'm gonna set the data pad down then.
Okay.
I guess I give myself like a time limit per each look that I do, so that it doesn't stay open for long.
Sounds good. And if you know what you want to ask her, I guess the question is, are you telling anyone about this? Or are you kind of keeping it under lock and key for the time being?
If anybody asks me about it, I'll probably tell them. I'm not going to tell them if they don't ask.
Okay.
Because I'm still working. Well, that's when we come to that bridge, we will cross it.
I might just bother you about it.
Well, you're not bothering me right now, Georgiana.
Oh my, you're right.
So, the second you do that, I will be sure to be forthcoming with information, but as of this point, I'm going to keep it to myself. Only because I have not figured out how to do the whole decryption process.
Yeah, you're focused
and it's annoying, and I don't want, I can only show a victory, not a half victory.
That perfectly makes sense. So we can say on the way to Teeves Terrace, Georgiana, if you are interested, you would have time to go bother Nara about this.
I will bother Nara about it.
Okay.
Right now?
Most likely, yes. You swing by wherever Nara is, messing with the data pad that you lent
hang
her.
on.
Yes?
How long has she had to work on it?
Well, a reasonable amount of time.
Then yes, I will bother her now.
Oh my god.
I believe in your skills.
Oh, thank you so much. Are you in there now? Are you talking to me? Or?
Hey, Nara, how's it going?
Hey.
Did you figure that thing out?
I really had hoped that you would not come this quick.
Ooh. What? The amazing Nara?
Sometime, I'm not saying that this is out of my reach. Absolutely not.
Definitely not.
I just need some time. Because the crew's safety is in my best interest right now. And I can't keep the data pad open for very long. Otherwise, the tracking will.
Right.
Be like a homing beacon.
Right. Did you figure anything out?
Absolutely not. It's a mess. There's some words, numbers, that sort of stuff. Completely disjointed.
Odd.
Fine,
Well,
kind of
okay,
familiar though. Familiar.
Familiar, huh? From right around when I picked you up, or way before?
I don't know. I'll have to go through my archives. This is suspicious.
That sounds boring.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to come?
Yeah, love you, babe. Liam!
Wow.
He's
So
in the
quick.
eatery, just kind of hanging out. I guess question for the crew: what kind of food do you guys have on the Kabuto?
Lots of sweets.
Besides lots of sweets.
Do not have the question.
That is a very good point.
Do we have like those Star Trek-esque thingies?
Replicators?
Nutrient-based machines.
You know, that is a very good idea.
I
What do
think
they
we
call
asked this-
those?
It's
Replicators.
a replicator, right?
Replicators. I think we
Replicator,
did
yeah.
have these though, right?
Yes,
We
I
talked
do
about
believe.
this?
Yes, we did talk about it. We did mention it. Due to the special.
Just like Captain Cisco, I happen to like my fresh food.
Yes, there is definitely a difference. There's 100% a
Oh.
difference between making food and receiving it from the nutrient-based machine. The machine can offer whatever you wish, of course, and because of these special parameters of the Kabuto, the food is better than most places, although a home-cooked meal will still top it.
I would like to mention that now that I've discovered a skill I didn't know I had, which is making candy, I do periodically go into the kitchen and work on it because I want to become proficient.
You may find your tests disappearing on occasion.
The faster they disappear, the better I know it worked
Yeah,
out.
clearly she's doing a good job then.
I very carefully make it look like I'm trying to hide it, but leaving it out for you.
Like looking around the corner, like, okay, hope no one looks behind this this counter here.
Yeah, I finish up and I'm like, oh gosh, I hope nobody looks at this candy that I put in this jar by
I mean,
the
not candy, definitely not
fridge.
candy.
Not candy at all. And then I just meander away to my room.
You're
Excellent.
the best.
Excellent. Alrighty. Well, during this this time period, not too much goes down. Fortunately, it's a nice, clean ride back to Teeves. Duke is in his cell, armless. What did you do something to him, Ryder? Did you like knock him out with knockout gas or something?
Yeah, I knocked him out with knockout gas.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah. So he's sleeping like a babe. And you guys have, of course, because you're bounty hunters, you have the appropriate protocol to remove him and to drop him off, if you will. Traditionally, when you drop off bodies and people, T would prefer you take the back entrance, as walking through usually doesn't look that great, especially if the person is bloodied and or missing any limbs or just dead.
Understandable.
Understandable.
So we go through the front door, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Just throwing the option out there. Abu will say with a passage of time, you guys do indeed arrive. The planet is as bustling as we are used to seeing. So we finally arrive at Stroy, the large rocky planet. And as we dock, you guys can choose to go wherever you wish, of course. After you have dropped off Duke and Dum Dum, which you have done, I did mention last week, we'll go ahead and do what we did last question mark time, where basically you guys can go shopping on top of your actual reward. We can go ahead and roll resources, basically to see how much extra money we have. If you roll well, you can have 1 or 2 fun gadgets. If you roll poorly, you'll just get 1 gadget, basically. And of course, it'll scale based on how much money we have, blah, 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 the usual fun stuff. Alrighty, so how are we dropping off the boy?
Does he commonly take missions like this? Give missions like this, I mean?
Steve?
Yeah.
Like this as in what? Kidnapping?
Yeah.
Collections?
Yeah.
It's not really kidnapping, I guess. Returning people.
I would assume if it's fairly common for him, he would have an entrance specifically for that sort of thing.
Oh, there is the back entrance, like I said.
I'm gonna no.
It is a
back
dance club.
entrance. I'm going through the club because I'm hoping to see that motherfucking chat boy, so I can be like, well, look what I got, bitch.
Okay. You looking for the Crimson Chin, basically?
Yeah.
All right. Fair
below.
enough. Fair enough. All right. The rest of you, are we all going into the club? Are y'all hanging out somewhere else?
Why do we always have to go to the club?
You don't have
Yeah.
to.
I think I actually need to go buy stuff for my kitty.
Okay. Do you remember your kitty's name?
Ghost.
Ghost. There you go. Yeah. You're like
God, I
the ghost.
love that name. I think the fact that while everybody's doing that, I think it's gonna really bother me that that encryption style seems familiar to me.
Okay.
And so while everybody else is doing business or having fun, I'm gonna be in my room looking at all of my archives one by one because I want to see if I have any information that's similar to it.
Sure. That sounds pretty good to me. So Georgiana, you head off to the shopping district, I assume? Okay. And Aldris?
I don't know. I guess I'll tinker with my magic bullet machine that I have yet to actually use.
Sure. All right. So 2 people stay back on the ship.
Also,
E?
I'm gonna give Liam the chance to not come.
Okay.
By telling him if he comes, he's gonna be my my bag holder.
I mean, you're going shopping. He wants to go shopping. He wants to see, look around and see. So
I'm just gonna warn him in advance.
that and kind of the way you say it is maybe he kind of takes it like as threatening in a way of like, if you don't come with, I'll have to carry all my bags alone.
All right, well, that's not how I meant it, but if he wants to take it like that, sure.
Yeah, he kind of takes it that way. He doesn't say it, but you can sort of tell in his face that maybe that's the way he took it. So he's like, oh. I don't mind taking a day off. Sure, why not?
Ooh, okay. Chivalry isn't dead.
That, and you guys, side note, you guys do know that once the goods have been delivered, money will be deposited into your account. So currently you guys are not running on fuel. On gas. Fumes, yeah. But low, of course.
I mean, I just got paid from the race.
You did, yes. This is very true.
I send you a message, Georgiana.
I will respond, yes.
I'm like, I say something like,
what do you
"Give me up
want?
something good.
What do you want?
Surprise me."
Will do.
Cool.
Alrighty.
And then I'm like, signing off.
All right, you jump head first into the archives. Aldris continues tinkering with future weaponry, and Meek is quote-unquote helping by both being cute and occasionally rolling you a tool that you think you need.
Nice.
Ryder, you enter the front of the club, and as per usual, music just blasts right in your face. The smoke and the general heat and the sweat of everyone dancing strikes you like a wrecking ball as you begin to walk around, and probably, as you mentioned, your eyes initially begin to search around and look for Mr. Chadley Starblazer, whom you don't initially see. He's very hard to miss, but maybe he's trundling about somewhere else.
That reference ruins my soul, dear.
What?
That reference wounded my soul.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, but Mr. T is indeed expecting the Duke, if you will, Ryder. So you are more than welcome to just move on up and deliver him.
Well, if I don't see him, I guess I'll just continue.
Not initially, at least. Also, it would be slightly strange if you saw him at every single place you ran into.
Listen.
Get yourself a stalker.
Maybe he's a big fan of mine.
Maybe he is. Maybe he is. This is indeed a possibility.
Best bounty
Initially,
hunter in the galaxy's got fans.
But as you do move up to the second floor and then the third floor, Ryder, you do catch a few eyes on you. Duke is very much out of it, as after you've gassed him, the after effects leave one's mind lingering. So he's sort of dragging his feet. He trips once or twice, but you keep him straight as you head up to Teves Terrace proper. The guards see you and kind of give you an eyebrow of like, don't normally bring people through this front door, but okay. And they give you a quick nod. As they do, Steve's door opens.
Hello, Steve.
As you head in, you can see Teve is slowly working on something, not entirely sure what, but he doesn't answer you for a good 5 seconds. He then turns his jar of eyes to you, and then kind of waves his hand around, and you can see the eyes sort of squint in a weird little way. But you bring him for the front, Rider.
What?
You know, I prefer to keep these dealings in the back. Not good for business bringing a man missing an arm. He's alive, isn't he?
Oh, he's very alive.
As he says that, you can tell he was just kind of staring at Duke, and he kind of like...
But he also made a comment about my arm, so I had to take it.
That's fine, as long as he's still... And Teve pokes what would be his head. He's still all right in there? Still functional?
Are you asking me or him?
Yes, I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Good. He motions for you to come closer.
I walk closer.
Any complications in this at all, Ryder?
I mean, no. I mean, he was pretty easy to find, pretty easy to take care of.
You get a slow nod as he sort of takes one of his data pads and just sort of motions it past you, and you hear yours beep, signifying that you have indeed been paid. And he gives another nod at that. And he sort of looks to his screen off to the side, pauses for another moment, nods at it, and says, "You can leave Duke there in the seat. We'll take him from here."
So Duke said he had your stuff, but he wouldn't tell me where it was.
It's less physical and more esoteric, if you will. He's taken a few things from me in the past, but they're long gone. He's definitely sold them.
I see.
Well, if you're done, Ryder, drinks are on me today.
I appreciate it.
Of course, of course.
I'll be back for more work.
He nods and motions for you to leave as the door opens and you're greeted once again by the music.
I guess I'll go grab a drink.
All right. As you head out, you see Teve float over to the Duke sitting in a chair. And as he does, you actually notice there's another individual in the room with both Duke and Teve. You didn't notice them there before, so you're not entirely sure how they got there. This person just looks like one of Teve's standard guards. You're not sure if you recognize them, as you only get a quick glance, but all the same, the door closes and they presumably get to work on Duke.
Interesting.
You head down, and it seems as if the bartender already has a drink ready for you. He's actually looking at you as you come down the steps.
Hello?
Hello. Ryder it was, yes?
Yeah.
A drink for you I have.
As he presents one, and motioning to it.
I assume this is good? Works for you? Nothing too strong, of course. We do want you in top-tip shape.
Yeah, for the mission.
Of course, of course. And he sort of slides the drink to you, and someone else shouts to him. He's like, shut your cab! And he starts mixing something else for this person, and then slides it over to them. And he turns back and just
grab it and walk away.
Okay. He just sort of smiles at you, and then begins working with another customer.
I'm gonna walk outside.
Okay.
I'm going to use my robotic hand. I'm gonna change my fingertip into things that it can like detect properties. With it's linked to the Kabuto, so I can like test things like blood and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna dip my finger in the drink, and I'm gonna ask the Kabuto if it can test the drink for me.
Sure. You dip your finger in and it loads for a second.
Ryder, this will take but a moment, as is tradition.
Thank you, Kabuto.
Anytime. This is a drink, I assume.
Indeed.
Preferably hold off on drinking it. Unless you are famished, of course.
She's dilly-dallying now.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
All right. And just traditionally, this can take some time. You're not sure if it'll be 5 or 10 minutes, but you're basically standing outside 2 stairs just holding a drink waiting. While you are doing this, Georgiana, Nara, and Aldris, all of your data pads give a quick ding signifying that you have indeed been paid. Georgiana, this is your cue to basically go nuts with the shopping. And I will say, as with last time, if you guys do not want any weird extras or any strange things to add, I can help determine what that means. Aldris, I know you're working on what you're working on, so we can basically hammer out what that means mechanically, because now you'll have the money to finish that. This was indeed a good job of both the race that you guys won and also the fact you guys brought back Duke alive. Missing an arm, but his brain is still functional, so that is all that matters.
He doesn't need the arm.
Technically, he doesn't. He probably doesn't need his brain soon either. But yes.
Who needs it?
All the same, if you guys know what you want, let me know. I can give a suggestion. But effectively, the way a lot of extras can work, they can be one-time effects in combat. So for example, we will treat everything... Oh my god, what was the word I used? Shoot, I totally forgot. Basically, all it essentially boils down to is the things you have sort of have like cooldowns-ish. I don't want to track too much. So basically the way we can kind of hammer it out is depending on how powerful the item is. It'll work once per engagement or once per session, once per day. So for example, let's say as usual, you guys can do what you want to do, AoE, whatever. But let's say, for example, you want a stun grenade or an EMP grenade, specifically one that you paid for. We can say that you have one per day or one per engagement, once again, whatever. And when you use this grenade specifically to knock people's like comms out, you get a +2 to the AoE roll, things of that nature. So if it's something you want that's like per damage, we can discuss that. I know, Ryder, you got your little jetpacks. Nara, you got your basically black book extender. So anything that you guys want mechanically, we can discuss that. If you can't think, just kind of mark somewhere in your character sheet that I have money to buy a thing, and then we can do that.
Have we leveled up yet?
We did last time, yes.
Last time, when's last time?
2 weeks ago. We had skipped last week. It basically gave you guys a +1. Which I'm not sure if y'all did. I did leave it open so you could do it. You guys can always look at other people's character sheets to see, because unfortunately we can't see everyone's stats. It's a little difficult to... I mean, you can, but you have to add it all up to see if you guys are equal. We can do that later, of course. But if you're not sure if you added the +1, go ahead and do that now. And if you're too high, we'll just adjust it later.
Pretty sure I did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did too. If you're not sure you did, like I said, you can add it. We'll just double check later. Everyone should have an equal number of points, though. If anyone knows what they do want, we can do a shopping scene real quick. Otherwise, like I said, just mark on your character sheet somewhere, but you'll get it later.
Get what?
Whatever you want, basically. Whether it's something to help you mechanically in the game, whether it be in combat, or whether it be data, or whether it be something fun, like a grappling hook, or a quantum grappling hook. I don't know, something weird.
Can I get a craft pack?
What would it do?
It would enable me to make things on the fly.
How so? Because I think you already kind of have that.
I thought I could make things right before an encounter, but not during.
So technically the way you work is by using crafts in combat, you can't... So right now you have Crafty Helper.
True.
Yeah.
You're right.
So whenever you
Don't
succeed
worry
with
about it then.
style, you already have that with Crafty Helper. If it's something else, maybe something specific, then we can discuss that. So once again, if you're not really entirely sure, we can just kind of...
Let me think on it.
Yeah, we can think on it.
We'll come back around to it.
Yeah. And I will say this, you can literally have it mid-mission if you want, because you just remember that you bought it. You know what I mean? I'm totally okay with that.
Okay.
Totally, like if you're in a situation like, man, this sucks.
With the grappling gear.
And you're like, God,
climbing gear.
This blows. I wish I had climbing gear. And then I'm like, would you have bought climbing gear? Then you go, yes, I would have. And then boom, that's the thing you bought. So easy as that.
All right. right. Well, I will think on it then.
Sure. Does anyone want anything in particular that they know right now?
I
Mhm.
would like to buy. Is Nara a tinkerer of pre-existing stuff, or does she make stuff
Make things better.
like so you don't make like brand new stuff either?
She can.
I know I do. I can.
I'm thinking I want
Tinker
to
with
find
everything.
her like top tier luxury material. Like I don't know, like a small panel or something that she can
Ooh.
reuse for something.
Okay.
That's moldable, shapeable, cuttable, whatever.
That sounds like a pretty good gift.
All right. For me, I'm gonna buy candy ingredients, and I'm going to casually leave them in the kitchen. Like, oh, how'd that get there?
I love that. That's
Alright.
almost as much of a gift.
And for Liam, does he need any new guns or?
He's pretty partial to the weapon that he brings with him, but he did note that unfortunately on one of his last escapades, he had this cowl he would basically wear and throw over himself that could blend in with his environments, and it's on the fritz. So he's actually looking to buy a new.
Can I buy him like a high-tech auto camo one?
You can, but that would definitely be expensive.
I mean, my winnings, dear.
Yeah. Oh, I'm basically saying, do you want to spend like your item on Leo?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. He initially is just like, "Are you sure, Georgiana? These are your winnings."
Yes.
I was only there cheering you on.
He can make me happy later tonight.
Not sure I feel about that, but all right, fair enough.
As a thank you, come on.
Of course, of course. You're definitely not using me. Wink.
Definitely not.
Alrighty. Liam now has basically Frodo's little cape that he threw over himself like a rock. It's basically that, except it can meld to its surroundings. Alrighty. Mr. Aldris, did you want to get anything in particular?
You want me to roll anything for that?
Nope. Basically using your winnings on him, effectively. It was for you, I'd say, yeah.
I don't know what I want.
Well, let me ask you this, unless you want to determine later. What's your intention with the bullets you're making?
I don't know. Have like some extra stuff that I can give to teammates because no one else has magical abilities really. I guess Georgiana kind of with her weird lollipop magic stuff. I don't know what that is.
I don't think she knows what it is either.
I would say it's probably half magic, half tech.
It's definitely something.
It's definitely
Yes.
something, yes. We can say it's tech that bleeds into quote-unquote magic. And we'll say Aldris, since you are good at tinkering and stuff, it functioned before, but maybe not exactly how she wanted it to. So we can say, like, when you joined up, you basically helped align the vision of what Georgiana thought the gun on her mech should be doing, and the portal one that she has as well. So we'll say that you did indeed help with that. But like I say, if you can come up with an idea, just let me know whenever. We'll cut back to Ryder, though. Mr. Duke is gone. All right, over here for now. Alrighty. You get a response back from the Kabuto Ryder. And it says, "Ryder, are you still alive?
Still here.
Wonderful. Have you drank the drink?
Negative.
Excellent. You are coming through slightly quiet, but all the same, the drink does not appear to be poisoned. Was that your worry?
Yeah.
It is indeed not poisoned, but there could potentially be some mind-altering medications included.
Mind altering as in what?
More so than the standard alcoholic beverage would include. Such things as to soothe one.
As to what?
Soothe. I am not sure if this is normal for Thieves Terrace to get customers to spend more money, or if this was specifically for you.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna I see someone like walking towards me, like just a random patron. I'm like, "Here, bud, drinks on me," and I just hand it to him, and I start walking away.
Oh, hell yes, delicious! He takes the drink, goes ah la 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 la, and runs into the upstairs.
I'm actually gonna walk back into the club.
Okay.
And I'm going to I'm gonna kind of stealth. I'm gonna try to get near Teve's office without them knowing.
Ooh, that's gonna be rough.
What's going on?
Alrighty, roll me stealth then. That's gonna be a little rough because there are a lot of people, but he has many guards.
Well, I want to use my little like hearing bot, the little talking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. Damn it. Hold
What?
on.
Mic freak out?
Well, that wasn't good.
Something break.
No, I went to go move and I accidentally had my foot or my leg on my phone and kind of launched my phone.
Oh, that's not good.
No, but okay, everything's fine. We're good.
All right, excellent.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna use my little drone that I have that I used last time to find what's his face. But this time I'm gonna like kind of send it towards the vents.
Okay. I would definitely say still roll stealth for that.
That's
just because
fine.
we need to see if it's not.
I just wanted to let you
seen.
know what exactly I was doing.
Yeah. Right. Pretty spicy, not gonna lie. All right. As the little bot begins to roll about, you just sort of nonchalantly walk around and blend in with the crowd as you do, Ryder. You see a gentleman that walked in before you. He's getting his crunk on. He's just like grinding up against someone, and they look at him and down their drink, and they start grinding back with him, and they're just going nuts. This is indeed the individual that you gave the drink to. He instantly purchases another drink, and they both just kind of hit the dance floor, and neither of them have any grace, but all the same, I think they're having fun. The bot kind of rolls up the wall. One of the guards, you are kind of keeping an eye on, and maybe they see it. You're not entirely sure, and you kind of maybe bump a chair or something along those lines just to make a noise, inconspicuously, of course. So they turn away to look at that, which allows the little ball to and then roll up. And it kind of sneaks into one of the upper vents, and then rolls about, and it eventually finds its way close by Teve's office. And you've rolled it in here just to here. For listening purposes?
Yes.
All right. Initially, you hear nothing, so you slowly have to sort of adjust the settings on this little bad boy. And after like a minute or so, kind of clicks into place, and you finally get that perfect setting. Of course, the pumping and the pounding of the music behind you does make it hard to specifically isolate his office, but you're finally able to get close enough. And it sounds now like they are just wrapping up whatever they were doing. You hear Teve's voice chime in at first, and he says,
Good. It's a shame he sold all of our assets already. We should be able to... What? Access his cache?
yes, sir, of course.
Understood. Hopefully there's a little something extra there waiting for us. And the other bit?
Of course, I will keep that confidential, sir.
All right, excellent. You may go now. Expect your payments by the end of the cycle.
Yes, of course. And then you hear a something mechanical, a whirling, and it's not his front door. You know what that sounds like. And then it pause later, and then you hear it again, and then somewhat of a crackling, and then he sort of pauses for a moment as you hear him bleeping and blooping through various monitors and such, and he says, Well, it's a good thing we have professionals like Ryder around, isn't it? And you hear sort of a wet sound. You're not entirely sure what it is. Then you hear like a It says, "Oh, don't cry too much, Mr. Duke. You still have so much to tell me." And then you just hear various noises coming from Duke that sound incredibly uncomfortable, and wet slurping sounds.
Ew.
Ah, yes.
What slurping sounds? That's what I love to hear.
My
Yes,
favorite.
indeed. And I will say that goes on for a while, so if you want to keep listening to that, you're more than welcome to. But you get the feeling that he's extracting information.
I'll pull back my drone.
Okay. We'll say you keep it there long enough to learn that he's not going to say anything else out loud. And as you do that, your drone comes back just fine. No one sees it. No issues whatsoever. It rolls back up your leg, and does it rest in your arm, I assume?
Huh?
Does it rest in your arm?
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, so it rolls up your leg and just reattaches itself to your arm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head back to the Kabuto.
Sounds good. Nara, by this point, remind me precisely what you were looking for. You're trying to see basically past information to kind of cross-examine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
I want to kind of cross-examine information, but also with a focus on like people that I've interacted with. Like,
of course.
Yeah.
First and foremost, they don't necessarily have a name, but the various folk that are maybe a little too into watching hectic, violent races, you can tell that a lot of their information is on here. Some of it does indeed track the races themselves, but you can tell that a good portion of it just tracks who they are, who they work for, who they are above board, those that maybe aren't quite as prestigious as the others. Unfortunately for them, I guess. They cannot do this 24/7, so it's more so something that they do on the side. So you find that first, unsurprising to you, Nara. Of course, you find fingerprints from the Lesrin Corporation. Quite a few, actually. You find that they, as per usual, they like to kind of have their fingers in lots of different pies. So you see lots of bits of information on people and folk there and things that they've been working on. Once again, none of this is concrete information. It's basically just the way that the information is stored. So you can tell it's from them. But then there's plenty encrypted in that section, we'll say, of the data pad. There's quite a bit in there, actually. And these would definitely be the questions you would ask. A lot of this information on people, Nara, you already have this shit. You're a professional, so this does add a little bit to your black book, but all the same, you maybe a little like, in knowing that you kind of, yeah, slightly disappointed.
Why is it encrypted like this when I already have all of it?
Yeah, pretty much. You do get the feeling that most of the encryption was for this stuff here, the information past all the names and whatnot, and then knowing all of this. Asking anything, and you can ask a vague question if you want, or once again, open up your team and have them ask something. But you do know that whoever put this information together did so in a hurry, and you can find that there are. So you found a lot of information that was X'd off and hidden away. Of course, from the Lesnar Corporation, the way they would encrypt things, the way they would hide things, the certain keywords and whatnot they would use, and some of those keywords associated with the engine that you stole for the Kabuto. You do find some things similar along those lines, but you find others you don't recognize at all. They're code words, they are insignias, they are symbols, once again, dealing with this corporation, but not necessarily ones you recognize, which is strange because you did a pretty good job getting in there. And these are dealings from before you worked with them. You can tell that much.
I think that I'm going to, once everybody gets back, I'll open up the information to them.
Sure.
See if they have any ideas.
I would say by this point.
Me.
Yeah, By this point, Georgiana has definitely returned with her goods and her good boy. Ryder, you're back. You will have been paid. All just whatever you were tinkering with. You're one tinker level closer to it being whatever you want it to be. And Nara, you figured now would probably be a good time to show this off.
Yeah, I do that.
Before she does that, I whip out a gift-wrapped item.
For me, you shouldn't have.
I hold it out of the way. You try to
You
grab
should have. Give it to me.
it. I hold it the other way.
I punch her in the stomach.
Okay, it's yours!
But it's like, I punch her in the stomach, then I pat her stomach. Like, sorry.
Oh, damn, that
How hard was the punch, though?
It probably wasn't very hard. I don't think I would hurt you.
Liam is not sure how to feel about this.
I don't know if Nara's strength is strength, you know?
I want to say your strength is actually probably pretty good, because sometimes, mechanical stuff gets stuck.
You know, you're right. I'm unfortunately strong.
Probably hurts a little bit.
I laugh, and then I grab it. Thank you. I open it.
I'm watching very intently.
What is it, Georgiana?
I told you.
Well, reminder.
Moldable, cuttable, bendable, buildable piece of high quality metal.
This is perfect for my companion bot that I'm going to make. Because I want a pet.
I hope it's not that big, because I don't think that much metal will get, like, something big.
No, this is for the false brain.
Oh, gotta keep that intact.
Engineering words. Mechanical stuff.
I am smart. If you want to add that item to your extras, you can just say strong, malleable, material or something like that. Just so we know you have it.
Under extra.
Yeah, basically items and shit. All right, now that everyone is here, how do you bring attention to this item?
Now that everybody's here?
Yep.
Do you mean the data pad?
Yes.
Everybody's here?
Yep.
Alright. I basically hold the data pad up, and I'm like, so as you know, I've been working on this.
Yes.
Have you?
What? Yes. When am I
Understood.
not working on something? I'm just saying. So the amount of information that I can extract is incredibly limited. And I guess I basically just explain like the names and stuff of the people that were that they were in the syndicate before I was? Is that what it was?
Effectively, yeah.
So I kind of like show this list of people who were part of the syndicate before I was, and ask them if they have any ideas about who they are, or what the connecting factor might be.
Are there pictures?
There are some, yes. A lot of them are corrupted, and for the most part, you don't really recognize a lot of these names. You feel like some of these people you might have seen working.
Excuse me.
Yes.
There's a good-looking guy, and I say, "Oh yeah, I've slept with him before."
I mean, there's that, of course. But do you know him? Is the question.
I mean, I imagine I had his number once upon a time.
Yeah,
I'm
fair.
like, I don't know why I'm surprised to hear that.
You do be fucking.
Oh, and then I
Can you-
glanced at a Liam. Oh, he's an ex. I promise. He wasn't worth it.
Yeah,
shows.
we're all exes here. I mean, is that all you remember about him? He's just handsome.
I look at Aldris with like a confusion look when you said that.
Same. Just sharing the same look, like what the?
So is Meek.
I don't know about
He's
you.
like, what?
Meek doesn't know what what's going on. It's
Meek
fine.
is
I
confused.
pet Meek.
Wish I was
Meek would
Meek
pet you
right
back if
now.
you could. Cute, small, and blue and furry.
Sounds like the ideal lifestyle.
It really does. I mean, he's getting pets. He's getting food. He's
Can
cute.
sleep.
Everyone loves him.
Adorable.
Exactly. He can shoot lasers.
It's a life. Oh, my favorite part. Anyway,
Can I say I still have his number and I think it's still good? Can we go, fetch him?
I do believe there's a stat for this,
why do you have
Georgiana.
to say it like that?
I'm asking the god.
Like,
Oh,
wow,
you don't
okay.
fetch him.
Anyway, I do believe there is a stat for this. Yes, networking.
Yes.
Roll that bitch.
You want me to
Throw
roll
it out there.
networking?
Those little
Gross.
beaches. You must be networking for some odd reason. Okay. Not the greatest, but all the same.
Because I want to be a people person.
Yeah. We will say this though, Georgiana. Let's pretend I asked you to roll this before. And yes, you do indeed recognize a few individuals on this list. Like I said,
A few.
a couple,
my.
yeah. Not all of them are necessarily of consequence, but a few of them you've seen semi-recently. And like I said, a lot of them, how do I put this? They're working very common, boring jobs. Not all of them, but simple. You would see them as a bartender. You would see them as a shop owner, someone that's cleaning something, a racer.
Is that a similarity between all of them? Is that they're working really commonplace jobs?
A lot of them are, yeah, actually. And you get the feeling that one bit that this was trying to show off is indeed that a lot of these folk, they're just everywhere.
They're everywhere. And they're
Yeah.
they're doing normal jobs. They're in
So,
everything.
is there one in a normal job I happen to remember somewhere on a planet nearby?
Yes. What are you looking for this person specifically, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We're hoping they can give information on the thing, right?
The thing.
The
The
data
pad?
Yeah, the thing.
I mean, that would make no sense, yeah.
He's stalling.
just-
I'm watching.
I'm not
Look at you
stalling.
stalling.
I don't know what you want exactly.
You know,
you're looking for someone that's fine.
I hate to say this, but I think Mel has an unfair advantage being in the room with the DM.
I would prefer you didn't turn around and look at the thing. I know you can't read my
She
notes
has
from
to-
over there.
She has to turn around and look at you.
She has to completely turn around, yeah.
I do, yes.
Somehow that's even funnier is the thought that you're like, what's his face look like?
The funny thing is I can
Is
hear
he
her turning
hiding
around
something?
because I
Yeah.
hear her through the headphones and I physically hear her. So like when she turns and like the voice
My
is coming,
voice changes.
yeah, like I can feel you looking at me.
That's funny.
All right, so we're trying to break into this thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, so let me put it this way.
You,
You've already broken into it.
yeah.
We're,
You can only
we're
get
trying
information
to,
in limited bursts, right?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
trying to understand the encryption code, right?
Let me make it more clear than that. You understand the encryption code. You understand how to get into this thing. That's not the
Right.
problem.
Right.
The problem.
There isn't a problem.
I'm trying to find the connections here.
Yeah. So
Why all of these people are listed like this.
yeah, that and like I mentioned, you guys can just ask a question and it will most likely be on this pad. So if you guys want to know something, it's probably
No,
on
I
here.
only have
Yeah.
one question, right?
Safely, yes.
Yeah. So I'm saving it up. But so far it seems like they're all in not low risk isn't the word that I'm thinking of.
It's accurate though.
So they're all in like low risk jobs where they're kind of like always present but not necessarily noticed.
Effectively, yeah.
Okay. However, does Georgiana do
Georgiana.
some seduction spy stuff? Do you do that?
More so when I'm not entangled, but
Yeah, you don't have to complete anything. You know, just
I
trick them.
yes, I could limit it once I'm entangled.
Obviously, like they're not telling you to,
Smash. You can
Whatever.
just
I-
stash.
I mean,
You set phasers to stun.
You need to
Depending
pretend
on-
to smash.
Yeah.
Depending on the target, it could require a bit more attention.
I just want to get more.
I'm totally up for information gathering.
I just I the time that I have to look at it is extremely limited because otherwise it'll become a homing beacon essentially, right? A GPS.
Effectively, yes.
And I'm hesitating on the question because I feel like I don't have enough information to formulate a question with an answer that I need.
Realistically, you guys could throw quite a few questions at this thing, and like I said, we will roll to see how good or bad that ends up being. But don't be too cautious, because then you're not gonna be able to ask enough questions.
So in that case,
And these can be vague, by the way.
Can we ask what these individuals have to do with the pad?
yeah,
Is that
like
what-
how
is that
are
what
they
you wanna ask?
connected? Why are they connected?
Yeah. Why are these names listed here?
Okay. You ask that of the pad. You can see it loading for about a moment. And rather than it speaking or displaying the information on screen, instead the words are projected in front of you, up and above the pad. Rather than them being in common, they are in a strange garbled language that for some
Okay,
reason
but that's some good tech.
your brain can understand this for some odd reason. You're not entirely sure why.
Okay.
It seems to be just like shifting in and out and twisting and turning, and all of you looking at the data from different angles shouldn't be able to read it as easily as you can, but all the same, you can. If anything, it is displaying more shapes than letters. And when you ask it what the connection is to all of the people, what you understand, the answer is all of these people work for the Lesrin Corporation. They are all working to hide their involvement on the project.
Do we know what the
When we do-
Lizardmen?
Do we know what the project is?
Probably not, but do we know what the corporation is?
It's the one that Nara worked for.
Oh, then would
Yeah.
Nara know what the project is?
So the thing. Oh, maybe it has to do with our
Our fancy ship?
our energy source. The thing that I stole.
Our fancy ship.
They did
Okay,
have it
well.
before you worked there, and like I said before, the code words specifically that they are using are from before you worked there.
Oh, because maybe I won't know that. I won't know that stuff because it's from beforehand.
I feel like your intuitive, curious mind would have learned that, though.
Yeah, well, everybody loves to underestimate me. It's fine. I'm just kidding. I don't know that for sure.
I will say this: when you left the Lesrin Corporation, Grey Fist, the syndicate,
Mm-hmm.
you, besides stealing this engine, you scooped up a lot of just information, pieced out, right?
Yeah, as I am wont to do.
When you did this, imagine this, if you will: the wonderful line of NPCs we have at the top. Aldris is the beginning of the corporation. Here, for this one. Aldris is the beginning of the corporation. And you had information from around its inception. You're not entirely sure when it was
You
created.
mean the Lesrian? Corporation?
Yes, yes. You have
Aldris
some-
was the start of that?
No. Imagine this as a line.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there we go.
Sorry.
It's
I
all
was like,
Yeah, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good. No,
I
no,
made this.
exactly. So imagine it like a line like this. So Meek would signify the beginning, effectively. And you had information going from Meek forward to forward to forward to forward to forward. And then where you are, and Liam and Georgiana and all that, that's more recent information. Sort of like this. And then you left around Georgiana, around that time period. There's a gap, though. And no matter how hard you looked, there's a
Before me or after me?
there was a gap before you joined, but after its inception. So it's not like it's old information.
Maybe this is the gap.
Maybe this is the gap.
But what's in the gap? These are only people, right? That are
So
listed?
That is the apparent information. There is so
There's more
much.
that's encrypted.
There is so much data on this pad. It's a little ridiculous. Now, I will say, when you ask a big, like, hard-hitting question, that is when the beacon will forcefully be activated.
I want to ask about the source to see if it's connected.
And I will say, you won't know which questions are core. So some questions might just be free. Some questions might trigger.
I imagine the project is probably core.
What is the project? Do I have any idea what the project is?
You have no idea. You would assume it is the engine that you stole. That would make the most sense. Now, you don't know its
Right.
origin. You don't know how it was created. It was just there when you got there, and it defies logic. This thing makes no sense.
Is this beacon permanent?
You're not entirely sure. From what Nara could tell, is effectively the one thing I said is if you just want to know information, you can start digging into it, and it will just bloop, and you guys will just be on their radar, and they will come for you, whoever they are. If you do what she did, which is basically encrypt it and slowly dig your way through it, then it'll more be like a bloop, 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 rather than just, hey, we're here, and hey, we're not, no matter where we go, we're always here, we're always here.
All right, so here are the
No, back
options.
to my original plan. Let's go kidnap someone.
Do you mean from before I worked there?
Yeah, one of
So
those
these are people who worked there during the gap
Yes.
that I don't know about.
Yes.
Let's go kidnap somebody.
We might have to make them disappear afterwards too.
I'm sure you're good at that.
Um,
Just kidding. I'm good at that.
Liam kind of turns to you and smiles.
Is Liam's icon new?
No.
Ish?
Does he have pointy ears?
Yes.
Yep. And all
Does he
black eyes.
always have? Does he always have pointy ears?
Yeah, he's an alien.
Yes.
I thought he was just some rogue type character.
No, yeah, he's a alien.
Yes. His features are a little pointier than that. His muscle structure and everything is slightly different from your own, but all the same, he's fairly humanoid looking, and his eyes are just completely flat black.
Like Thane
Yes.
from Mass Effect.
Very, very similar, actually.
Perfect. That means I have to marry Liam too.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So sorry.
Well, if it's you, I might not mind it.
Oh, I could be into that.
Meet
All right.
these two people trying to lay claim on Liam, and he's like, no, he's mine. And he starts pulling at Liam's pant leg. He's like, no, come, run with me.
I don't know about that.
So if we need to talk to Ryder, right, about Teve, right?
Oh, yeah, that was next on the agenda.
So we need to talk to Ryder about Teve. He's here, obviously, but we should, I guess, discuss, however, the Teve situation and whatever we get hired for, or whatever, can work with this minor kidnapping subplot. So, Ryder, you have the floor.
So
Is he here? Okay.
Oh, sorry, Ryder. I meant to buy you a slut, but I ran out of money.
Did you say a slut?
I did, yeah.
Melanie.
prefer beautiful alien
Why
women.
would you say that? You could just say something else.
I'm a slut, please.
Okay.
People don't buy you, though.
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
If the
Oh,
price
no.
is right.
If the price is right.
Oh god. I shouldn't have said anything.
Don't give her ideas.
Anyway,
Alright. They're inquiring about Teve.
What's good?
What did Teve say? Any new work? New news? Anything?
So Steve didn't really say much. He just took homeboy and then said thank you. Well, he asked why his arm was off, and then asked how challenging it was, and then he said bye. I don't know. He didn't talk much like he normally does. And I left without a new mission from him, so that was a little weird. And then he said there's a drink for me at the bar, but that felt a little suspicious, so I had the ship test it, and it said it wasn't drugged, but it was like had stuff in it that could like alter your mind, I guess. I don't know. I just wasn't trusting it, so I gave it to somebody else. Huh?
Are you sure it wasn't the same stuff Aldrich has been drinking?
Maybe.
What wasn't in that drink is a better question.
But I just don't trust a pre-made drink for me.
It's fair.
So
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, I kind of bounced. Yeah, I feel like Teve is hiding something, obviously, but I wasn't able to figure out what.
Gasp. You didn't follow him or listen in?
Well, I listened, but he didn't really say much other than you know, what do you call it? Sorry, my virtually what you guys heard earlier. Sorry, my brain's blanking because that happened, and then you guys were talking, and I kind of forgot what Daniel said.
That is strange.
Sorry, we did go off on a tangent, and I apologize for that.
You're good.
Well, what do we want to do if we don't have a new job?
I mean, there must
Guess
be
we can
another
go
fight
kidnap.
somewhere around here, right?
We got
I
money,
mean,
right?
There's always other people than Teve that we can go get a
But
job
he
from.
pays well, though, right?
Yeah, but we can always find some other place that gives jobs.
Some other weirdos.
Yeah.
I mean, Teve is not the only guy that hands out the jobs.
Networking. Do I know anyone?
I mean, you know, plenty of people. I will say in general, the Kabuto and most ships in your guys' fleet, in your profession, are linked up to. I wouldn't say there's like, you know, an official like bounty website, but effectively there are people that do indeed need jobs and things done.
Craigslist, but it's for bounties.
Basically, yeah.
Do I know anyone?
Wait, do I know anybody?
Either of you would, yeah.
Actually, yes, Nara, because we can disguise whatever that mission is, maybe with the
So
Equally, yes.
since Georgiana and I rolled 4, what if we pretend it's an 8?
Let me ask exactly what you're looking for.
Money. Where the money comes
The
from.
money
Where
goes
the
everywhere.
money?
Where money at? Where am money?
I need to buy some new outfits. I need some money.
All right.
You need more outfits? What do you-
My general answer is effectively, no matter where you look, you will find jobs. It depends on what you want, though. And you can afford, to be a little pickier, because both of you do know quite a few people.
Something that will involve kidnapping.
Something that involves kidnapping? Are you going to kidnap this guy, or you want to, like, warm up kidnap?
Wait, you mean like a trial run kidnapper?
Oh god.
We're gonna trial run, kidnap somebody we don't care about,
You
toss
technically
them
just
out the
did?
airlock, and then
Basically.
who do you mean?
Duke?
Yeah.
Pretty
that
much.
That wasn't kidnapping. He's not a kid.
Not a kid, but you don't, I mean, you don't have to kidnap kids.
Look, that was the job. Like, we would be doing this for free. The kidnapping. That's for our own game.
For funsies.
Did anyone have like a stolen item that's nearby a target?
Well, I mean, we do have Duke's ship still.
You did indeed trail that in.
Wee
We could
woo,
always-
wee woo.
We could always have the Cockatoo scan it, see if there's anything on there.
I feel like we would have done that already, like on the way
Yeah.
here.
Define anything?
Something illegal.
Something illegal?
Everything.
He definitely had some drugs on him.
Oh hell yeah.
No.
What do you mean no?
Bad for the meek. Don't give him a bad example.
What do you mean? I'm not gonna let Meek do drugs.
Yeah, but if he sees you do it, he'll want to join.
Nah.
That's how it always works.
Nah.
Father, give me that good shit.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So in general, basically, if you want to look for someone or do something, you guys are welcome to do so. Because the last job went off so well, you do have a little bit of downtime, of course, in terms of money. So you don't need to technically take a job this very second. Both from your winnings and, of course, the bounty.
So just a straight up kidnapping is what you're saying.
I'm saying do whatever you want. The world is your oyster. If you want to go fight something in your mechs, you can do that. If you want to, shoot somebody up, you can do that.
I do know of Howdy McCormick.
Okay.
He's the guy I used to take jobs from. He's kind of far, but he does give some good bounty jobs. If you want to go
as a
ask him.
Fortunately, with Georgiana and Nara, you guys, with your networking, can probably connect to him for gear, realistically. Then you guys can chit-chat with him. If you guys specifically want to do a bounty, that could definitely work. Did you say his name was Howdy?
Howdy McCormick.
A bounty is a kidnapping, so that'll fit. We'll just accidentally pick up an innocent bystander. Quote unquote.
Bystander, not innocent. Guilty bystander.
You looked at me weird.
I don't trust that one. He's clearly evil.
No.
You got that sideways glance about him.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, that's just okay.
Exactly.
I don't know where that sentence.
I don't know where we're going with that. All right.
And it didn't. Who cares?
Struck from the records it is then. Alrighty, so is the general plan to look for a bounty? Bounties usually involve shooty McShooty. Sometimes it does involve yoinking people. Of course.
I already said we're probably gonna have to kill this guy. So he gets a little injured on the way. That's fine.
Why are you gonna? Why?
Unless we keep our faces covered, he can't know who we are.
So quite a question. Are you completely ditching your first idea, Georgiana, of going to find the guy that worked for the company? Or
No,
are
I
we-
thought
are we
that's what.
pocketing that?
We're still doing that. I'm just not going to seduce him.
Okay. Okay, so then we don't need to contact someone to find a bounty. We can just go do that. Effectively. So knowing where he is, having his information on this pad, presumably he's
Well, okay,
still
hang on.
working there. Yes.
We were gonna grab a bounty in the area, so that it wouldn't look like we came here just for that one guy.
That would have been good to point out. Okay.
This is what I'm now pointing out.
Okay, excellent. I was very confused as to why you guys had an idea and then just threw it away, and now you want to go
No,
kidnap
no.
a person
Wait.
at random. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
We're keeping the original idea
Okay.
minus the seduction part.
Okay, that part's
And
very
then we're going to
important.
add in another bounty to cover up the fact that we came here for that guy.
Okay, that helps. Sure, we can do that. Alrighty. Well, fortunately for you, they're not too far away. You're not really entirely sure if they still work there, of course, but knowing that they prefer to keep a low profile, odds are they are indeed still there. You saw them not too long ago, Georgiana, of course, before Liam, so it's not really too strange to think they would still be trundling about that location. And we'll say that you guys are able to, the two of you, kind of look through various things that are needing to be done. And you do catch a few by Mr. Howdy McCormick, who Ryder does bring up someone that he's worked with in the past. Pretty good dude, usually specializes in bounties.
Perfect.
And as per usual, you guys can always pull up the information at the front of the ship and then get to going. The usual pop out. And as we'll head to the front of the ship, you go to contact Mr. Howdy. It does take indeed a moment. Howdy. It takes a second to get connected with him. When you do, the gentleman's image is presented before you. He is like combing a mustache and trying to like get things fixed up and putting something on his face. Waking up, or you're not entirely sure. He's getting ready for something though, and he looks way too close to whatever reticle is recording his face. You mostly just see his eyes, cheek, and like a chunk of his nose, and he kind of leans back a bit while looking at you and goes, hello.
Howdy.
Howdy. Oh, that's
Oh,
my name, isn't
howdy.
it? Oh, Mr. Ryder, how you doing there, friend?
It's been a while.
It's been a hot stinking minute. What you doing? What can I do for you?
Just looking for a bounty.
Ah, so what can you do for me then is the question.
Bring you said bounty.
What precisely are you looking for this time around, Mr. Ryder?
Just, basic capture, possibly kill. I don't know, what do you want, Howdy?
I want money. I want people to be happy with me, and that's about it.
Well, you did say, what do you get?
What do I get? I get the satisfaction of a happy customer is what I get.
Sorry, out of character.
Yes.
Is that not what you said? I'm so confused right now.
Well, yes to that answer. I said yes.
We also need a bounty in a specific area.
Okay, and which you did bring up, and he's kind of flipping through things as you guys mentioned that. He's intentionally being confusing.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, exactly. He said yes to all those things, so you're not sure if he's entirely awake or not. He's trundling about a little, and then he kind of goes, it seems as there's a missing utility bot. If y'all don't mind picking that up. Not sure if you need to fight it or not, but
Not another bot.
another
Utility bot. Do you have any humans?
yeah, potentially. Is there a reason you're looking for human in particular?
Well, living
You want a
organisms.
challenge?
Yeah, I mean, bots are kind of boring. I can just hack into them and boop, bop, boop, I got it.
Oh, if you think that's the case, then I guess I'll save this for someone that wants more of a challenge. Sure. Let's see. Yeah, sure. I guess if you're looking for flesh and blood, they're not human, but all the same, I do indeed have someone that you could pick up or shoot, I guess, or whatever you want, as long as the contract is fulfilled, Mr. Ryder. That's all we really care about.
As always.
I assume you're in the area?
Relatively.
Wonderful. That goofy ass ship of yours, you should be able to get here, no problem.
You
Let's
mean
see.
the best ship?
What?
You mean the best ship?
Oh, precisely, good sir, precisely. And he sends you some information, and up on your screen pops the name Martyr Jones. It says,
Martyr Jones.
yeah, he says this specific particular oops, oh, my copy paste feature's not working. Sorry, this damn computer. All right, this particular individual is wanted for many a thing. Apparently he's dipped his toe a little bit into drug running, and it looks like, well, he ran off with a bit of the funds. Some people aren't very happy with that, and, well, they preferred if you either brought him back, brought the drugs back, or brought them both back.
Gotcha. Well, I'll get going to capturing him.
All right, I will say do be careful. Some of the drugs he was able to procure and steal for his own do technically enable one to... Yeah, I can't read this. Never mind. I got no idea. You should be fine.
Nice.
Typical Howdy.
He just kind of
Well-
slowly salutes and then hangs up on you.
That was
Why
great.
slow?
I don't know, but he goes off to do whatever he does. And in general, you have this individual here named Martyr Jones, And all you know is that they stole some drugs from someone. They need to be apprehended. In general, there are various drop-off points, confidants, if you will, where you can drop off individuals, ones that we trust, of course, and they will take the individual to Howdy for processing. This is a fairly common process. You don't always need to drop things off. It makes things a little bit easier for people, whether it's product or whether it's person or something, proof, if you will. Usually proof, we can just go with, photographic proof or recording or something. There are various ways to share that information across the airwaves, if you will, to prove that it's not fake. So not too difficult. And fortunately for you guys, this individual is on the same planet as your friend, the guy, the man.
Man, the myth, the legend.
Man, the myth, legend. So fortunately, it shouldn't be too awkward for y'all.
Awesome sauce.
Alrighty.
This is the guy that Gigi's looking for, right?
This is a guy on the same planet that Gigi is looking for.
And this is
Perfect.
Okay, okay.
Yep. All right. So we head to a little blue planet called Derabel. And as we indeed very cute. As we move our bits in that general direction, we indeed arrive. Georgiana and Nar, from the bits of information that the two of you received, this person should still be working here. The one that you're looking for, Georgiana. This person's name specifically is Asuk Baudin.
Asuk Baudin.
Yep. As the person that you slept with, that's the individual you're looking for, and the person you want to capture, kill, etc., is the other name.
And I'm looking for who?
The first name, Martar.
The first name.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're all looking for this individual. It's not really too difficult to get onto this planet. It's mostly water, from what you can gather. Interestingly enough, anywhere a lot of different landforms come together, there seems to be no dirt. It's primarily like this weird, like hard, dark purple crystal, and that seems to be most of the land of this planet. It doesn't really have much value, considering most of the planet is covered in it.
That's a lie.
What's a lie?
Even if the whole planet's covered in it, it could still be valuable.
It could be, but this is not necessarily a planet off in the middle of nowhere. As I mentioned, it's fairly easy to get to. People have tested it. It doesn't really do anything for anybody. I mean, it looks kind of nice, but if you were able to get, relatively deep into the planet and dig some up, it would look clean at least, and that could definitely help.
Okay.
Huh.
So, who are we gonna nab first?
Who we gonna nab first?
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure your guy is probably. Your guy is probably gonna be easier to nab. So, I think if me and Aldris went to go get Martyr Jones and work on getting him, while you guys go get the other guy, then we can meet up back on Kabuto and save us some time.
Sounds good.
Especially because you know the other guy and I don't. And plus, I haven't had a second to work with Aldris in a while, so.
No, they're just going on a bro adventure. I see how it is.
Maybe we can test Meek's powers, Aldris.
Maybe.
Me and you, Nara. Nara? I'm Nara. Me and you, Gigi.
Yep.
Right, Meek.
Meek just looks up to you and makes a little cheeping noise.
Adorable. All right, onwards and upwards.
Alright, I vote we do a little bit of recon, because if he's working a normal job, then we're gonna have to snitch him like at the very right time.
Okay.
Why would
So-
you do that? Just be bold. Take him in broad daylight.
Oh, like lure him onto the ship? Yeah, I could do that. Alright, I will
Oh no, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that. I don't work that way. We're stealthy. We're crafty.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh my gosh. You latched onto that a little too quickly. I don't know.
Alright, recon.
Alrighty. Looking about Gigi and Nara, we'll say you land somewhere relatively close to where you remember this person working. And the place seems to be about the same. Nothing really too weird as you look about. Besides, of course, the somewhat strangeness of the planet. I will say, in order to allow ships and things to land and be built, people have shaved down a lot of the crystalline structures that don't really seem to grow back. It usually only grows when it's in contact with the water of this planet. So anything that is above water, fortunately, as long as it's not in direct contact, doesn't really continue to grow. If you shave it flat, it should stay flat. But for the most part, people build structures around these rather than carving a house or building out of the crystal. Some folk have tried doing it, and it works fine, but it's almost the structure itself is not necessarily brittle, but brittle enough that if a storm or something to go by, you might just lose your house, and that's not good for business.
Bad for everything.
That's bad for everybody, exactly. So looking about Georgiana, you guys park relatively close to a small little town outpost. And as Ryder and Aldris head off, we'll focus on you guys for now, because it shouldn't really be too difficult. You know that this individual worked in a music shop.
It's a music shop.
In a music shop, correct. Usually dealing in more esoteric, older music. Basically anything he'd never heard Georgiana, he was a big fan of. Any strange, otherworldly music. Buys and sells the weird.
Wait, pause.
Yes?
Are we supposed to be getting rid of him after this?
Do whatever you want.
Potentially, yes.
I don't think we should.
Well, then we need to keep our faces hidden.
Don't worry, I've got that covered.
Or, idea. Is there a drug that we can give him that will make him forget the next 24 hours?
I
must be.
mean...
In his future.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, can you whip some up?
That's a little bit of biochemistry stuff you're talking about.
What? You're not good at that?
I'm good at everything.
Exactly.
Well, what do we have on the ship?
We can say on the way here you were able to whip some up, but you need to be careful with it, as you're only going to have one dose. Well, it's a good dose, but it's only one dose. It can be ingested, inhaled, however you want to produce and mess with this. You need to be in close proximity. So.
Have you ever seen that Batman movie with Poison Ivy and Robin?
Long time ago.
Poison
long
Ivy
time
and
ago.
Uma Thurman. Was that Uma Thurman?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And when she kisses Robin and it's poison.
Oh, on
That's
the
what I
lips?
want. Yeah, that's what I make her. I want to make you some chapstick.
All right.
Okay, so you basically want fake lips that have poison on them?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Liam is very sure to... Should he just stay on the ship?
We might need. Well,
Is this gonna knock him out or just make him oblivious to the? Well, no. Okay, is it gonna be normal and then he just forgets it, or is it gonna do anything to him? Because I won't be able to drag a full-size man to the ship.
Well, I think it should be more like something that makes his memories of something hazy.
Yeah, it'll make him a little loopy, definitely. So he will be malleable. Put it that way.
All right.
You can convince him to come to the ship.
All right, then Liam can stay with the ship. Or play sniper guard, just in case anything bad goes wrong.
Sure, he'll watch your back. All right,
Not your real lips. Just kidding.
Very dangerous. Don't lick your lips, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll make you do a check every minute, so a will check to make sure you don't lick your
no.
lips.
You're gonna have to avoid putting stuff in your mouth.
Yes, Georgiana just dies.
No, my lollipops.
Oh yeah, shit. All right, this is Georgiana thought this was a good idea at first, but now she realizes this is torture.
I'm doing this for you, Nara.
I made this for you.
Pretty much.
But I made this chapstick with you in mind.
I know. The ultimate weapon.
I mean, is this not incredible for you? I am a genius.
It is. It is brilliant.
I know.
It fits me perfect.
It really does.
Alrighty, as you guys happily walk into this little town outpost, y'all look around a bit, and
Actually, should Nara be coming? They work in the same company, right?
there's a lot of people here. They did
I'm
indeed
gonna have
work
a mask on.
together. You have a mask on? Okay. Perfectly acceptable.
I
Face
have.
COVID.
It's like those. I think that we should have. What is that? What is that band? Daft Punk. I want to
An
help.
underground band, Daft Punk.
Yeah.
What do the kids call this band?
I kept thinking Devo.
Devo Punk. I mean, Devo cracks that whip. They're good.
I was like, that's not exactly what I was thinking of. But
They have weird hats.
But yeah, but I don't. I put on the weird hat, and suddenly my face does not make sense.
Perfect.
You just can't remember what I look like.
I like it. People look at you and they're like,
scrambles
that's
the brain.
literally no one. Why am I looking at them? I'll look somewhere else now.
You're like, I'm looking, and no, I'm not looking.
Precisely. All right, you
right.
guys head on over to the store, and you see all types of folk here. People floating, some people kind of floating near the ceiling, and as you look up, you actually notice that there's basically a section on the ceiling for various musical bits and such. And you see the folk that work here, Georgiana, as the lights are kind of flickering in and out intentionally to the music that's playing in the background. It sort of keeps a beat and then intentionally drops the beat, almost to annoy you. But then it becomes
Figured.
But then it becomes like somewhat like, oh, I think I know where this is going, and then it just doesn't go there. So you're not sure if the point of the music is to be frustrating or if it's trying so hard to be different that it just boggles the mind. It's
Lean over
can't
to
answer this.
Georgiana, and I'm like, maybe we should off him.
Depends on how he feels about the store.
Okay. Okay.
You notice the workers here are very clearly wearing red and blue, so they stand out quite a bit compared to everybody else. Their little logo is similar to a little face with teeth, and it's like shouting, but happily shouting. And as you guys walk in, somebody greets you, and you guys see near the back is your quarry, and he seems to be organizing some of the stock and like half talking to a customer, not really.
Alright, well, I'm gonna waltz in and be, what's his name again?
Right there.
Asuk?
Yep.
Hey, Asuk, baby! Long time no see! And I'll waltz right up.
All right, just firing on all cannons. He's
Grab him into my arms and plant a kiss on him.
you just jump up on him?
Yep.
So embarrassed.
Loud and proud.
Okay. I'm not gonna scroll for that. You just kind of meander on in, and he's so stunned.
Meander. Waltz.
Yes. Full on
Oh,
waltz.
Damn. Okay.
A very powerful waltz as you grab this lad and plant a kiss on his lips. He just looks completely confused at first. And the other customer...
Flabbergasted.
Yes, very much so. The other customer staring at him, staring at you. His eyes are wide. The customer just takes whatever product they were looking at, pick it up, and slowly walk away.
I'll say, I hope your schedule is not busy.
He freaks
Okay, I'm
out.
just gonna start walking out.
He sort of freaks out at first when you kiss him. He just hold up. Jesus, you move way too fast. You're mine, boy. All right, when you kiss him, you do definitely get a weird look, but Georgiana, being who you are, you weren't attempting to hide yourself. You stick out like a sore thumb. I will say, before you touched him, you see like a flicker of recognition, and you weren't sure if it was like fear or something else. But all the same, he doesn't really fight back. Of like, oh, you. But it could have also been an, oh, you. So after you kiss, he kind of breaks it off, but not violently. Just like, okay, I'm done with that. And he sort of licks his lips and just eye twitches for a second. He kind of looks around like, oh, what? Okay. And then looking at you, Georgiana and Nara, just staring at you, just slack-jawed. He looks around the store and sees a couple people are staring at him, and he like kind of turns and motions for you to so Georgiana, what can I do for you?
Come on, let's catch up. It's been so long.
Wait,
yes.
pause.
It's
Oh,
definitely
What am I doing?
I don't
Just
know what
standing there.
awkwardly, yeah, I would assume so. Are you doing anything?
You should probably look at the store.
That's right. That's what I'm here for.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you're
I
moving
was-
around and looking at the just product and such.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say that's what's happening.
Excellent. Blending in with the crowd, if you will, and he is definitely flabbergasted. He's wasn't expecting you to come in like this out of nowhere. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry. What was the question again, Georgiana?"
I said let's hang out. Come on.
I'm sort of working now.
They can wait. Hey, boss, I'm borrowing your employee.
The boss is currently on lunch.
Okay. Hey, second boss, I'm borrowing your employee.
One of the other associates walks over, and he's a ball of a man as he looks down at you two and goes,
Ball of a man?
"Yes."
Okay.
Sort of directs their attention towards all of you and he goes, "What are we doing now? What?"
I'm borrowing your employee.
For what precisely?
You get, hang on, pause. Brain fart. Oh, God. To catch up. Wow, brain fart. Okay.
Old friends? As he looks to Asuk, and Asuk kind of just like smiles and goes, "Yes, yeah."
I give him a winsome smile that insinuates.
The individual sort of looks between the two of you, and he kind of gets it. He looks around the store and sees that people are kind of busy, but not really. He's like, you know, the manager is on lunch right now, Asuk. Leaving now would be quite rude. Little girl, how long will you be gone for?"
Only a few hours.
His eyes widen at that.
What? I have to take my time.
He looks to Asuk. "I
Laugh
assume you're
nervously in the background.
taking off the day then?" Most likely, yes. My shift would probably be over by then. And he kind of narrows his eyes, looking at him like, almost as if maybe he's done this before.
Oh dear.
Either not like with a person, but like, you know, just blowing off a day of work or something.
He's probably looking forward to this then.
And he kind of rolls his eyes and scratches his very dry sounding skin, and looking at each of you says, You're working a double shift tomorrow then, yes? Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Right, Gigi?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
You'll be full of energy tomorrow.
All right. He looks over to Nara and says, "Is your friend coming with?"
Of course.
Oh.
She
I
wouldn't miss it for the world.
Oh.
I
Excellent.
wink, but I don't know if he can see it.
Are you facing him when you wink?
Sure.
Okay. Yes, he probably sees it. He is looking at you. Okay. The bot's kind of angrily just. Ugh.
And I yank him out.
All right, you guys begin to head outward, and he is starting to take his outer shirt off, and he's already wearing something else. And he kind of bundles it up, and the shirt compresses into this tiny like ball, and he just kind of shoves it in his pocket.
Ooh, that's nice.
He stretches out of it and goes, honestly, Gigi, thanks for that. I was kind of looking to get out of there sooner rather than later.
Oh, you are welcome, dear.
All right, so what's the plan? Are we going out for like food or dancing or?
I was thinking we could go straight to my ship.
Oh, your ship now, huh? Did you get rid of that stuffy boss of yours?
Which stuffy boss?
The one with the red jacket.
Oh dear. No, but you can just ignore him.
Oh, is he gonna be on the ship?
No, he's away on business.
Oh, okay, perfect. That works. All right.
Boss.
And he begins to walk with you to the Kabuto. And he as you're walking away from the store, you're noticing that he kind of drags his right foot a little and kind of picks it back up, and he seems a little drunk almost.
I was about to say, is that normal or is he's showing
s-
some sign?
He's swaying a little. This isn't normal. And
Excellent.
You can tell it's starting to kick in, but he's not noticing.
Exactly what I wanted.
And as the two of you bring him to the ship, what do you do?
Well, I'll glance at Nara, eyebrow raised, as in, is it working? Are we sure he won't remember?
Working, DM?
You can tell after you guys have moved all the way from the store to the ship, he is not completely out of it, but the telltale sign of his eyelid kind of drooping a bit and occasionally dragging a foot, but not really noticing he's doing this is a sign that it's worked.
I give you like the okay symbol.
All right, and he's we're going to interrogate him, right? That's the plan. For info.
Yeah.
All right. Well, right?
What?
Okay.
What'd you say?
We're going to interrogate him for info.
Oh yeah. You're gonna interrogate him. I'm not gonna say anything. I'll stand behind you with a wrench.
In that case, I would like to
back
take
up.
him. This won't put him to sleep, right?
The drug?
Yeah.
Not if you keep him awake.
Yes, sometimes at the very end, people have been known to go to sleep, but as long as you keep them active, they usually won't fall asleep. Talking,
All right.
moving, something.
So I will bring him to what's a room that's not super public but not super private.
In the ship?
Yeah,
Oh, you have plenty of quarters.
but a quarter is private.
Oh, sorry. I don't know the exact word for it, but there are areas in the ship that are relatively open, sort of like in the storage area.
All right, I'll bring him to one of those where we had a chair set up.
Okay.
I'll make him sit in it, and I'll start to tease him, and then I'll tie him to it,
Okay. To the chair?
to the chair.
All right. He very much leans into you teasing and doing your little dance, and he's like, "Ee, yeah, wee." And then as you're tying him up, you don't know if he's not noticing it or if he's into it, but he doesn't resist at all. And he's just completely tied to this chair, just like rocking along to music that you don't hear.
All right, when he's tied up, I'll end the charade.
Okay. He doesn't seem to notice. He's just kind of chilling, waiting.
All right, Nara, what are we asking?
Well, ask him what does he know about the gap year.
I will
Years.
do that.
Pauses for a moment and kind of looks at you two and goes, "What's a gap year?"
At Tesserman?
What?
Lesbian?
Lesrian?
It's almost like lesbian with an R.
Similar.
Right.
Yes. Feel like that. Lesbian.
Lesrian? Okay.
Lesbian.
Oh, I like lesbian better.
Sure. The lesbian
Easier to
corporation.
remember.
I will.
Representation.
I will say at the Lesrin company, you were working on a special project.
Tell us about it, sir.
Which one? We worked on many special projects.
One
know the
so
one.
special
The
it got
big
deleted from the
one.
records.
That doesn't sound very special. Then why would they delete it?
Of course it's special. No one can know about it.
Oh, so you mean secrets?
The secret project.
He nods. The secret project.
The one that you worked on.
One that I worked on.
Oh,
Oh
And
no.
he's just nodding. I worked on the secret project.
Ooh, I
I-
think we should just off him now.
No, we can do it later.
Oh,
And he's still
Useless.
rocking to this imaginary music, thinking to himself, kind of swaying. And as you get too close, Georgiana and Nari, he like kind of tries to like nuzzle his head against you, like, "Hey, friend."
I slap him.
He's like, "Ooh, dirty birdie." He goes,
I will pat him affectionately.
No. Okay.
And as he goes, "Oh, you're so nice, Gigi."
I know, you need to concentrate.
All right, concentrating on the question of secret year, right?
Yes,
Okay. What do you want to know?
everything.
And you can tell the drug is not wearing off, but it hits a phase where they kind of leave the drunkenness and almost it's strange and kind of freaky at the same time. It looks like he's coming out of it, but he's just regaining himself. He shouldn't remember any of this as long as the dosage was correct.
I start recording, by the way, in case
All right.
we have not already been recording. I'm recording.
Perfect. So he's rocking a little less and slurring his words less, and then he looks to you, Gigi and Nara, and says, "We talked about this before, right?"
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What'd you forget? I mean, it's pretty important information. You can't just forget it. That's bad.
No,
Well,
I'm
I'm-
confirming that you know it.
Yeah, we're kind of sketchy on some of the details. It has been a while.
Oh, well, what did you want to know exactly?
What is
Well,
it?
what was your job in it?
My job? Well, I started with just security, and that was pretty boring. I let them know I can do more than just that. So I helped with organization and such. There were various how do you say it? We needed to contact certain people, and we needed to get things from them. You see, all these experiments weren't done in just one location. We needed to move around. We can't have people seeing us, you know. And he kind of stares at Nara for an extra second. He says, "I think I remember you, but I'm not entirely sure." "Yeah, we talked about this. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Definitely.
It was those people, the ones with the weird eyes. I only saw one of their conversations. They didn't want me seeing it. They actually got pretty angry, and I got splunkled once or something. I forgot what I called it.
Blunkled.
Yeah, it was weird. But all the same, they were doing something, and we were helping them. I think it was something to do with, I don't know, some sort of crazy power source, or they said it could be potentially infinite as long as it was fed properly or upkept properly or something along those lines. I'm honestly not entirely sure, but we tried taking the data and putting it into
a power source, a booster of sorts. It could be theoretically placed in something, and then that theoretical something would be a theoretical super something.
Pause.
Yes.
Is he talking about our engine?
Yes.
Our power source?
Yeah, the power
So
source.
that's what the secret project is.
Part of it, yeah.
Is what this part of it is the energy source that
Yeah.
we have.
And then he continues saying, I'll be entirely honest. I tried to ask and they just wouldn't answer. And, well, I kind of got the hint that, and he can't motion with his arms, but you can tell he's trying to, you can see his hand that's pointing down is making like a gun, like shooting. And he says, I got the feeling that anyone who got too close kind of got the, bang. That
The
whole...
zippy zap?
Yeah, the zip zap, the whole unalived thing. Not great. So I stopped pushing on that front. I don't know if they saw me see the big eyeball man. He was weird. They were super weird looking, gray, and they didn't have a face, but they had tons of eyes. It was super cool. But
I'm gonna let you in on a little something.
are you the eyeball man?
I'm not the eyeball man, but I could be.
Oh, okay. I'm
Not
now
yet.
interested again.
I am not the eyeball man, but you should probably be aware that they definitely know that
That
you
it-
saw the eyeball man.
Oh, they do. It's been a while. It's been years. Are they
They
watching
keep
me?
it.
Oh,
They keep that on lock. You're
Oh.
gonna have to be careful. Disappear, perhaps.
I need to hide then.
I don't know. I'm just trying to be a bad guy.
He actually looks kind of like, oh shit, I didn't even think about that. And he goes,
No,
"Huh."
but how long has it been since he's worked for them?
Oh, I still work for them, but
Oh, you still work for them.
I keep an eye out. This is a great place. People swing by all the time, and people are just so chatty. They just don't ever shut up, and I just take
I
the
knew
information
it.
and just
I
bring
knew
it back.
I knew it. Sorry.
Have you
Out of
heard
game.
anything useful
it.
while you're here?
He pauses and kind of rolls his head to you and says, I'm going to be entirely honest, not really. I have a feeling they put me out here. And he looks at Nara, eyes wide, like, oh, they put me out here to rot. They
Yeah.
knew. So they want me to die out here alone on this honestly kind of pretty, but useless planet.
Pretty useless.
Oh,
you
man,
know what?
they
You
got
know what?
me.
What's his name? Asuk?
Yeah,
You know what, Asuk? I think you deserve a better life.
I think I deserve it. But I totally agree with that.
You should
Okay.
cut
Ooh.
ties with these creeps. And you're going to wake up tomorrow
Hopefully,
You're
that's the
just-
idea.
and you're just going to feel an incredible drive to just start over, to leave and start over completely.
He's nodding along to that, like yeah. And then he looks to each of you while he's contemplating his life and his future. Do you have any other questions for him while he's sitting here in this state? You do know the
so
drug
we
should last for a
know-
little while longer.
So we know that the gap in the information was specifically related to the production of the energy source that we're using as our engine, right?
Yeah.
That I stole.
Yes, there's definitely more to it, and you don't know if he didn't have access.
He
or...
doesn't sound like he has access.
Yeah.
Let me ask him if he knows who might have more information on the energy source.
He kind of thinks for a second, licks his gums and goes,
Got a supervisor or something?
I mean, yeah, there's plenty of those. I mean, probably the guy talking to Eyeball Boy. That was. He's definitely gotta know something.
Do you remember what his name was? It's been so long. I just can't.
Oh, it's been a hot second. You're not wrong. There were so many. I think there were 4 people in charge. I could be wrong. Well, I know one was named Olin.
Olin? Was that name in the directory or whatever that I had?
It was on one of the restricted files.
Okay, so I couldn't get
So there's
anything
no
else.
information on this person now.
Okay. You know where we might find him?
Oh, definitely not. If you're asking about supervisors and managers or anyone that was supposed to, you know, make sure I'm on the straight and narrow lest I get murdered, then no.
Well, I'd keep an eye out then.
They definitely do their due diligence and trying to keep quiet and all that.
Well, you should go to sleep.
That honestly, I'm feeling a bit tired of being totally clear and crystally. So yeah, that sounds pretty good.
All
And
right,
he kind of leans back into the chair that he's tied to and just like, and then just is out of it.
I turn to Georgiana and I'm like,
High
"This
five."
one? Really? This guy?
I mean, he was
This guy?
he was available. Gee, you saw how easy he was. Come on.
Can't fault you for that.
I have nights of weakness, right? Just go for the easy ones.
All right. High five. Job well done, I guess. I give her a high five.
High five back. All right, now I need to go scrub my lips real good.
Yes, that'd be a good idea.
Yep.
And
Yo.
I feel like spending time with Liam.
Okay.
Oh, great. Okay.
You can
Liam
join-
was
You can join if you want.
Liam was watching from one of the
No,
doors,
it's fine.
and he was like, "That was interesting." Okay. He was kind of giving you the raised eyebrow, like you guys having fun look.
I nod.
Yes.
And you kind of go out to hang with Liam, and you guys have to extract the information from this boy. We'll say you unravel him and just kind of loose him off into the streets again, or let him sleep and then kind of peace out after.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
He'll probably think he spent some time with you guys, and then he just woke up here and be like, "Sweet, bye." So we'll say he's like waiting in one of the side rooms, and whatnot. During
I do want to ruffle him up, like it looks like he had a good time.
Okay, that's fair. I will say during this time, since it'll take a hot minute to find March or Jonez, did you two want to join in on Ryder and Eldris looking for this first? Make it easier.
Well, since we finished our mission real fast, yeah, I'll well, no, hang on.
Yes.
I was gonna go spend time with Liam.
Yes, I mean, you can do that later. Do you want to do it now?
I want to do it now.
Okay, you're doing it now. I guess the question is now,
Okay.
and the question's now in.
I
Panara,
thought we
then.
were doing this while they were doing that.
You are, but it'll take you longer to find that individual than it did for them to find Asuk, because this person's trying to hide, and Asuk is just working out in the open.
So as soon as I'm done with Liam, then I'll go radio the guys to see if they need assistance.
Let me ask Ryder and Aldris, while they're doing that, how were you looking for this individual?
Well, he has drugs.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna pose as someone who wants to buy drugs.
Okay.
And then get the jump on him that way.
That could definitely work. So, while he's doing that, Aldris, what do you do?
Don't know. I feel like I would just be kind of like waiting while he's trying to buy drugs just in case something happens.
Okay, just like playing watch out.
Yeah,
Get tanked.
pretty much.
All right, perfect. For the most part, this island is pretty on the up and up, the ones that you guys landed on at least. But Ryder, upon looking, there's always a seedy underbelly to every town, every city. And even if it doesn't look dirty, there's definitely dirt somewhere. And you kind of chit-chat with some folk, and you end up finding an area that's known for
I
drop-offs.
have a
and
picture of what he
such.
looks like, right?
You do, yes. It's a very confused-looking picture, almost as if he just made the most confused face, and the person taking it did not snap the shot at the right time. Not very flattering for this individual, but you'll know when you see him. Yeah, unfortunate. And you actually find that there is a clothing store. And in the back of this clothing store is actually where they distribute their goods.
Interesting.
clothing
Interesting.
store?
Mm-hmm. You're pretty sure it's an actual shop, so it's not entirely a front. When you walk by, rather, you do see various customers going in and going out. And the back entrance, interestingly, is a little difficult to get to. There are a few walls and such. Now, it's not completely cordoned off, but you do notice that if you were to take some sort of ground vehicle, it would be relatively difficult to get back here. There's definitely room for like drop-offs and such, but not what you're used to seeing. So either they wheel in the product in the front door, which is definitely not common, or they like take it on not like a small bike, basically. But that would be super inefficient. So the general structure to this like the layout, this store is definitely raises some flags.
Aldrich, did you bring Meek with you?
If I'm just being watch out, probably not.
Oh, we were going to test his power.
Yeah, true. Then I probably would have.
Okay.
I forgot about that part.
Do you let Meek walk aside, like beside you, or is he like in something?
I'll have like a little tiny bag that he's in.
Oh my
So
God.
before we get to that store, I want to like chat with Aldrich. So, Aldrich, so everything we know about Meek so far, you might know a little bit more, but obviously we know his lick, powered by your magic, does some devastating shit.
I think that's basically it, right?
But I feel like there's a lot more that we don't know about him. Have you tried doing anything with him?
Nothing specific.
Huh.
You know, just
Well,
give him a
I
little
guess if we're
charge,
ever
you know.
needed to get through a door, he could always lick the doorknob. So, my
Yeah,
plan
always.
is we find Martyr Jones. I pose as a, hey man, I just really need drugs. Man, I'm just looking for some drugs type of guy. And hopefully he sells to me.
Hopefully.
Unless
just
you want to
be-
buy the drugs.
I mean, I don't care. Anyone can buy the drugs. I think I would probably be a better lookout.
You do
With
have
that
wings.
Bird eye view.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
So
Yeah,
when we
word.
get
Bad
near the
joke
shop,
points to Georgiana.
when we get near the shop, so you said vehicles can't go in the back of the shop. Obviously, one way in the shop to in the back room is obviously through the store, but that'd be challenging.
Large vehicles cannot access the back, which is very strange.
How many is it, like an alleyway, like only one alleyway going back there, or is there two alleyways like on each side of the building?
There is one going down the left side, and then down the right side there is an alleyway, but it doesn't lead to the storage or drop-off area. It just kind of goes behind the building to the right.
I'm gonna go left side. Actually, I'm gonna enter the building.
Okay.
You said it's a clothing store?
It's a clothing store.
Okay, I'm gonna enter the building to check it out.
All right. As you enter, a little chime plays, and then a little bit of music like do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And then someone greets you and goes, "Greetings, hello, hello. What brings you here?"
Do we know what kind of drugs he had?
No, that was the part that he omitted.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
I'm
real
just,
weird drugs, apparently.
I'm just looking around.
Oh, they look up and down to see what you're wearing. Says, "Well, I can see you might be in need of assistance. Please do not be afraid to ask any one of us."
I might need assistance.
That's just rude.
Are you commenting on my clothes?
I would never.
Angry.
But if you want anything maybe new or updated, maybe slightly different, well, we've got your back.
Well, thanks.
You're quite welcome.
I'm gonna walk away and radio, these people are rude.
It's not surprising. It's a clothing store.
I'm gonna kind of like side-eye to see like if I can see like a back entrance room.
You look
Or
about
anything
and
shady.
yeah, you look about and you do see definitely there are the usual. There's changing rooms. There's various sections for every type of fashion. It's almost too eclectic in a weird way. And you do see some customers, but they're not exactly full. There's also only, weirdly enough, 2 checkout lines, which things can be processed very, very quickly. But at the same time, in case there's a rush, that just seems slightly odd to you. Our physical bodies can only move so quickly in a nice environment. Of course, when you're out and zooming about, speed is speed, and we can kind of go where we want to go. But even in the future, folks don't like to be rushed in lines, so this strikes you as somewhat odd.
What clothing was the worker wearing?
They were modeling. Looks something new that came in. It looks like it was like half a dress, sort of. 3 or so colors that kind of twirl and like twist into this almost flowery shape, but it's kind of spiky.
So not a uniform.
No, not a uniform. They clearly work here, but not a uniform.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it looks like as you kind of look about, you can tell there are various folk that do work here. And actually, interestingly, as you look up, you can see the roof is essentially just like white LEDs. And you notice directly above the first associate that you ran into, directly above them is actually an orange spot. And then you see another one, there's a blue spot. And you notice that as they walk around the floor, the light above them moves with them. So effectively, you can always see where everyone who works here is.
Huh.
Oh, that's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, so if you need to find something, you just look up.
Do I see any suspicious shizzle going on in the back area?
No. If anything, the back area just leads to what probably would be their lunch break room. You don't see any like large doors that would lead to their storage. They're trying to keep the front nice, prim, and proper.
I'm gonna grab some clothes and then like make my way back there, acting like I'm gonna change, but I'm gonna try to slip into the break room.
Okay. You sort of slink about a bit. Roll me stealth. As we're moving over to the back. Alright, nice and spicy. I like it. Alright, you're able to... The cameras aren't necessarily moving, but you time your movements to look really natural. You're not in a rush. And you're able to sort of slink into the changing room, or make it look like you are, but you actually move into their back break room. And as you do, you notice that there's a small table. There is a receptacle for holding food. There are about 2 or 3 panels displayed for watching entertainment, and that's it. It doesn't lead anywhere. It's rather small, actually.
And there's no other door in there.
No.
I'm gonna radio Aldris. Aldris, do you see any other entrances? Because I just went to their break room and I don't see where to go from here.
I guess I'll go around the building looking for a different entrance.
Okay. Are you going down the left side, down the alley to the back?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me stealth.
Oh boy, I don't think I'm good at that.
Is he on top of the building or
Hell
on
yeah.
the floor?
I would assume you're on the floor, walking around.
I
For
thought he was
now.
being like Batman.
It's daytime, so people are gonna see you jumping across
Yeah.
building rooftops. Yeah, that's what you're trying to do. All right, so moving on to the back Aldris. It's not as clean, not as nice. The building itself is presented in a way that very much is saying, customers, come here, come here, come here. Back here isn't painted. It's all just cold steel. And as you move about a bit, you hear a shifting up ahead. The alleyway in which you're walking is maybe 5-10 feet across.
And moving back here, you definitely think to yourself, only small vehicles would fit back here. There's no way they could fit a truck with tons of clothes and tons of product back here. That would just make no sense. But it's also super inefficient if you were to move product in here. So it kind of defies reason, honestly, now that you're up close looking. And just up ahead, the back of the store kind of has a large metal awning that you essentially can access by heading outward and taking the footpath. And you go forward and go forward and go forward, and then just above you, the awning kind of blocks out the sun as you head in and in. And it's definitely quiet back here. You don't really hear any machines or anything moving about. But you do hear something sort of shift about. And it's not really lit back here either. There's a few lights, but clearly you're not meant to be here. And as you slowly begin to kind of slink about, you hear someone behind
while
you.
He's doing that,
Yeah.
While he's doing that, I'm exiting the break room and heading towards the front door.
Sure. Where'd you put the clothes, by the way?
I'll just kind of toss them back on myself.
Okay. And as you're heading to the front, all just behind you, you hear a voice say, "Excuse me."
I will turn around.
Hello there. Were you looking for the entrance?
Yes.
Well, my good sir, as they're looking you up and down, I do believe you have the wrong entrance. This is for product, and good sir, you are quite nice looking, but not a product. Oh, yes, indeed. Would you like to look nicer?
Possibly, but how do you get product back here? It's kind of small. It's not much room.
Yeah, that is quite strange. You know, I actually just started working here myself, and I brought that up as well. I'll have to bring it up to management. Are you in the industry?
No.
Oh, okay. Just a customer then.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Well, if the simplest problem is you just took the wrong entrance, then please, and they're motioning for you to come with. Just come with me. The front door is just this way.
I will go around to the front, I guess.
Excellent. A simple mistake.
I want to kind of let Meek out.
Okay.
Stealthily let Meek out if I can, and have him look around a little bit.
Okay. Meek kind of pours out of your bag, and then on silent pads is like boop, 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 then moves onto the back. You sort of catch out of the corner of your eye, so you don't say this to Meek, but he like perfectly understands what you want him to do. His somewhat sheeny blue skin begins to meld with the area around him, and you just see him just out of existence. He's just gone. You can maybe barely hear him walking and kind of see his little feetsies on the ground. But after that, he is just back there, like invisible.
I'm gonna start heading down that alleyway.
As you turn the corner, you basically run into this gentleman and Aldris, and he goes, hello, good sir. Were you looking for the entrance as well? To you, Ryder.
Oh, to me.
Yes.
Oh no, sorry, I have business down there. Excuse me. And I keep on walking.
May I ask what business you have back there?
I feel like that's above your pay grade. I look for his ID on his shirt.
He kind of gives you a look of like, what? And then motions to his shirt, and you can see that he does indeed work here. It has a little name tag, but it's slightly different from the ladies that you saw on the inside.
What's his name?
His name is Thara.
What?
Thara.
Are you saying Para?
Thara. Thara. Thara.
Para?
Thara.
Thara.
I typed it.
Listen, Thara, I work with corporate and I have business back there, so...
To my knowledge, no one would be arriving today from corporate. What exactly is your business?
Is this custom to you to ask corporate employees what their business is here?
Considering we don't really have a corporate,
on my
yes.
files, you just started working here, so I'm gonna have to talk to your manager later. Goodbye.
He turns and he goes. He actually stands in front. He goes to stop you, and he motions for Aldous to enter. He says, "The entrance is right around the corner there, good sir. Please do enjoy your day." What do you do, Aldous?
I will walk in and kind of try to listen in if I can.
Okay. You are trying to
I can
listen,
inside.
and let me see. Roll me lore, your magic skill. Okay. So your intent is to listen in, and something splits for a moment. The first thing you hear is like a tap, 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 tap. And it's not like metal. It sounds like synthetic on metal. And then it pauses for a second, and then you hear tap, 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 tap. And then you hear the conversation continue between Ryder and this individual, Thara. And then you hear tap, 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 tap again. And your vision kind of blurs for a moment. But you feel as if you're able to, if you want, listen through either Meek's ears or your own.
Guess I'll listen through Meek.
Okay.
It would probably be easier.
Okay. And are you trying to listen to this conversation?
Yeah.
Okay. It's distant for a moment, and you don't really catch all of it, but it seems Meek is moving back and closing in on this individual as he's kind of following Ryder, kind of scooted towards the entrance. It's a good like 50, 100 feet away.
Out of character, this employee is very sassy for a new employee.
Indeed. And as you say all that, and Aldous leaves, he gives you kind of a serious look and says, "May I have your name?"
Richter.
Right. I'm not new here, so whatever files you have must be incorrect, or you don't work here.
And then like super fast, I use my robotic arm and like I ignite my knuckles as a taser to try to stun him.
Okay. Roll. So you want to punch him then?
Stunning punch.
Stunning punch. Okay. Roll me. God.
Incapacitate punch.
Yeah. Roll me either athletics or fight, whichever one you want.
I want to use a fate point.
Sure. It's a +2 or reroll.
Reroll.
Okay.
Does this count as a one-on-one duel?
Are you fucking kidding?
Sometimes I say no. All right, you quickly ignite your fist intending to stun this individual, but he quickly dives off to the side with more speed than you were expecting from him, and he effectively just fully parries the attack. He doesn't return the blow, but he takes a step back and he's looking at you, sort of in a half combat stance, half what the hell are you doing stance, and he says, "I'm sorry, who are you?"
Like I said, I work above your pay grade, sir.
He's reaching behind his back. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy that. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to go, buddy.
I'm here for somebody who's clearly not you.
His eyes narrow at that. He says, "Clearly? Who's the someone you're here for?"
Martyr Jones.
He nods for a second. And looking to your robotic arm, then looking back to you, he's kind of narrowing his eyes, almost trying to figure out like who you are, where you're from. And by this point, Nara and Georgiana, you guys are more than welcome to join in. They're not really too far away from the ship.
Okay.
So at any time, you guys can slink on into the what's happening.
So were we gonna bing them first, or were you just gonna show up?
Up to you.
Just show up in style.
I roll up.
Sure.
All right. So from a distance, both Georgiana and Nara are there we go. Nara are. Turn to a dog for a second. Nara are approaching the building. Aldous, are you just kind of chilling on the inside, just like listening in, basically?
For now, until something actually kind of happens, because he didn't really fight back.
Your hearing being split, you can't really tell what one of the associates is like trying to get your attention. But her words are just bouncing off your back, and I think after a while she's like, "Okay, he's deaf, whatever. Just gonna go to something else." But you are hearing all of this through me. Ryder attempted to attack, missed something. Something happened. Not entirely sure what it was. but they're pausing, and they aren't really going to blows. And the individual responds to you, Ryder, and says, "For what purpose do you want him? Do you know him, you friends?"
I have stuff I need to buy.
From
Him.
And he's still giving you a very skeptical look, and he says, "Do you happen to know who he is exactly?"
You know who he is exactly, and I've come here to make a purchase.
I see. Well, I'm sorry, but he's not here. You won't find him back there, so I suggest you go elsewhere, Ryder. Not Ryder, whatever your name was, sorry. Whatever you said.
It was close to Raider, but
Yeah, it was close,
it
yeah.
was Richter.
Richter, sorry. Yes, Richter.
And do you know where I could find him?
I don't, but I can say that we are looking for him.
You're looking for him?
I'll put it this way, Mr. Nosy Business. Just keep your and emotions, kind of you in general, out of any emotions to the building. Don't poke your nose where it doesn't belong, alright? Mm-hmm.
Will do, sir.
He's still very much on guard while he's watching you.
I'm gonna walk away.
Okay. As you slowly walk away from the building, he just kind of watches you walk off, and through Meek's ears, you can hear him slowly move to the back of this building again. But he passes by Meek.
Radio, Aldris. I know our mission is to get Martyr, but something's fishy is going on here, and I really want to figure out. Tell me what Meek can see.
Can I even hear that? I'm listening through Meek.
That's a
I guess
great
probably a
question.
little bit.
You hear it a little bit, and maybe you realize it's time to switch back to your own ears.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay. You do hear all of Ryder's message, and by this point, Georgiana and Nara, you have actually walked up to where Ryder's currently standing.
Okay.
Hey, how'd it go?
So our intel is a little off. Apparently, he's not in there, or he is, and that guy's not telling me the truth. So I don't like what's going on. I don't know what's back there, but this shop is giving me bad juju. Plus, I don't like this guy. He's not my... He rubs me the wrong way. He's hiding something more than just
Janara.
clothing.
Can you run a history check on the shop?
Yeah, sure.
Go
I
for
do
it.
that.
Yeah. Whatever role you would do to look through your black book of information.
Oh wait, don't I have a?
I think you had something specific for that,
extra?
yeah.
I have an extra.
Yeah, you did. You had your extended database for
Extended
people.
database.
Yeah, you get a +2 when you're looking for information on people specifically. Which I'm trying to think. Did you use?
buddy.
I think what stat you used for looking into people. You're not hacking
Was
anything right
networking?
now. Let's do that for now. Yeah. Then we'll add +2 to it. So that's a 4. You
So what comes up?
come up with a lot of blanks, interestingly enough, Nara. There is no corporation. There is no chain of this. This is a one-off shop. It has been here for quite some time. I'd say about maybe 30 or so years. And it changed hands a few times. You're able to pull up some schematics and some names and such. It looks like the back end was completely redesigned about 15 years ago, which would explain the way it currently looks. But the storefront and the name all remained the same. In terms of the names, though, a lot of them just come up as there's definitely lacking information. The folk up front that you can kind of look into. You know, once again, when we hack and we look at anyone, you can only get the basics of information unless you spend a lot of time doing it, obviously. But kind of poking at each of them, they just seem to be on the surface just regular folk that live here on the planet. They show up for work and they sell clothes. The individual in the back is just known as the shipping director.
That's suspicious.
All right. We have I have a new plan. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna be abrasive about this. We're gonna go in and just do this well. GG. You ready?
Yeah.
So, you're gonna go on the roof with your sniper rifle, point at this boy. Me, Nara, Aldris are gonna go back. I'm gonna point a gun at this motherfucker's head, and we're gonna figure out what he's hiding.
Yeah,
And
alright.
and if he has anything that's like, you know, him trying to front being like, oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And I would be like, well, I wouldn't do that if I were you too, because I got a sniper on your face. So, yeah. Ready?
Alright. Good to go.
Did we see him fighting him, or were we too late to see that?
It wasn't necessarily a fight, but you guys are definitely too late. It was a swing and a miss, basically.
Okay.
What was his name again? Oh, Thara. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so me, Nara, and Aldris are gonna walk back there again while Gigi climbs up on the roof.
Gigi and Liam, because Liam will be the one doing the shooting.
Yes, and you're spotting.
Yeah.
All right. And not distracting him at all.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a time and place for business and a time and place for pleasure.
Exactly.
So Aldris,
And
if
we do our best to
anything,
mix the two.
if anything gets a little crazy, do your little goo spell on his like legs or whatever.
The goo spell.
I don't know. You summoned some goo stuff on the ship last time. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna walk up through the thing, the alleyway, up to Thara.
And
But, like-
Nara and Aldris, how far behind are you guys? How close are
Well,
I'm assuming I can't like go in from above or anything, can I?
you? No, the awning is preventing you from doing so.
Yeah. Well, actually, I want to buy like a kind of like a cloak, just a fancy cloak in there,
Okay.
and then I'll leave.
Okay.
Go with them.
What color is it?
I don't know. We'll deal with that in a second.
All right.
Are you a gold bird like in your picture?
Yes.
Purple.
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 Purple goes great with gold.
Okay, a dark purple.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, a dark, rich purple goes great with gold. Very royal.
Very
I'm gonna
royal.
follow at. You know, I really believe in my stealth abilities.
Okay.
Right.
So
I will say it is, from this direction at least, nigh impossible to stealth. It is literally an open alleyway.
Okay,
can
well
make her
then
invisible.
Yes.
make me
You can
invisible.
stealth. I'm just full on walking in.
Okay. As you're walking in before you're able to get past the awning and anything, he's already on defense. So you see him kind of with arms crossed looking at the three of you approach like, what the hell are you doing? And he's just like tapping his foot and just kind of shrugs his shoulders. Gives you...
I pull my gun out and I point it at his face.
Okay. You pull your gun out at point blank, I assume?
Not point blank. There's like a good 3 feet in between us.
Okay. And he's just looking at you like, what are you doing?
What are you hiding back here?
Does it matter?
I'm the one asking the questions.
I see that, Mr. Gunn.
So you clearly know who Martyr is.
I'm acquainted with him,
I
yes.
was trying to figure out his name. You clearly know who Martyr is, and you're looking for him. So my question is, why and what are you hiding back here?
My question is why I should answer. And he waves to Aldris and Nara behind you.
Pretty sure I have the gun pointing to your face. So I'm the one asking the questions here.
Questions I will not be answering.
I don't think that's going to be very wise of you.
He's looking at each of you, just kind of impressed at your guys' general ballsiness.
Yeah.
You win?
So who's your little group? What are y'all doing here? I see you brought
Do
some
I
friends this
do I
time.
see like a back door or something?
It's rather dark back there. It turns to the right, and you don't see anything else. But there are like some various metal boxes and such back there, but that's about it. It's difficult to say.
Nara, go searching for his key.
All right, I search him.
You walk up to him, and he takes a step back and says, "No."
Yes, I take a step forward.
He smiles this and says, "Truly, the three of you are quite entertaining, but I would highly recommend you turn around and walk somewhere else. Let's not make a scene in this. I
Why?
don't want to have to hurt you. You're coming off very, very strong right now."
Is there something wrong with that?
I press a button on my pistol that turns it into a silencer, and I'm gonna shoot his knee.
Okay. Roll
I
me
was gonna
shoot.
glue him to the wall, but that works.
Not bad. All right, pretty good. You point down and you shoot directly into his knee. He doesn't really react to it much, but you definitely shot him in the leg. But you don't see any blood. And he's still just kind of looking at you like,
What do I see?
you see a hole in the pants he was wearing.
Is it like robotic or?
No, you don't see any wires or anything. It's actually difficult to see. He's wearing like multiple layers or whatever it is. It just looks like there's a hole in his pant. That's it.
What are you?
I hardly. How is that your business? You just shot me in the leg.
Does he look human?
Ish, yeah. His facial features are somewhat exaggerated and a little stretched. His hair is pulled back pretty tight, and he has very bony features.
Listen. All you need to do is tell us where Martyr is, and also what you're doing back here, or we can just find out ourselves.
How's this? I'm going to give you 5 seconds for the three of you to turn around before things get very, very ugly. It was cute at first, but I'm not appreciating it now. I don't think you understand the situation you've gotten yourself into.
I think you understand that you are 3 against 1 right now.
3 against 1?
God,
Yes.
can me and Liam see anything from up above?
You currently only see this individual almost laughing at your 3 compatriots. You don't really see anyone
Is there,
around
like,
the building.
security measures?
No security. You do see a camera, but you maybe see something shift as Liam kind of adjusts his scope. He's trying to see in like past Thara into this room behind him, and he's like ticking between different settings, trying to like, okay, there's gonna be something back there. And like I said before, it turns, so there's definitely a lot back there. It's just all of it is out of view because security. And he thinks he sees some movement and then some more movement, and he looks to you and says, "Gigi, there's definitely something back there, but I'm not sure what I'm seeing exactly. I just see multiple, God, I think they're forms? I'm jumping between heat and movement and infrared and all this shit, and it's coming out like half and half."
Thara, do you know who I am?
I'll radio that to Ryder to be careful that something feels wrong.
He's smiling at your group, and he pauses for a second, and his eyes kind of flit off to the side. He says, "I do now, yes. You're Ryder, and you brought your little friends with you. Oh, there's a bounty on you. That's unfortunate."
Wait, how does he know I'm Ryder?
Good question.
And how do you know my
I like
name?
this.
I have
While
my
this
ways.
is happening, while this is happening, can
Yeah.
I be doing like a quick little scan? Out of
Yeah,
sight.
I'm also gonna radio Nara more details.
What are you trying to scan exactly, Nara?
Like the surroundings. to see if I can detect more people, I guess.
Sure. Go ahead and what do you normally roll for that? Craft, I think you were rolling.
Sure, I'll do
Okay.
craft.
Yeah, go for it.
Damn.
Whenever you roll those bad boys, you got 3 fate points.
Yes.
All right, go for it. Better. You can tell immediately, Nara, that something's trying to suppress your sensors. You were kind of doing like a basic scan before, as you normally do when you come across new locations. But now that you're actively looking, something is actively suppressing you. And this alone is telling enough. You're not able to get any information. It's almost like someone or something is countering exactly what you're doing.
I'm gonna do my.
Sorry, what?
Oh yeah, he can do that. I was gonna tell Aldous to do something, but he does that. Yes.
Okay. You're like shooting light back there, Aldris?
Yeah, just like a whole bunch of lights.
Okay.
So it's easier for us to see what's behind him, just in case.
Sure. Roll lore for that. All right, you're able to focus your magics and basically just shoot out a burst of light. It doesn't last for as long as you want it to. It's like a nice big mag flashlight, a big old floodlight for like a moment, but you see some sort of strange movement, and Liam next to you, Gigi, kind of goes, shit, because he wasn't expecting that. And it interfered with whatever scouter he was currently using. You see something sort of skitter and bend the light, though, Aldris. Moves to the right, moves to the left. It's like 3 or 4 figures. And you actually see Thara next to you sort of wave his hand at you as if to turn off whatever you just did, and he can't. And he goes like, I'm sorry, what do you have there? I'm now interested. I was going to say leave, but Mr. Birdboy, what exactly are you currently doing?
It's none of your business.
No, I think it is my business. This is my place of business, actually. This is quite literally my business.
Nah.
I don't know about that.
We all have our secrets.
Listen here, Thara. You messed up once you
Did he just
figured
say
out
it's
our
his
name.
place of business?
Yes.
Is he the bounty?
No.
Are you sure?
You guys haven't asked, but it's on his face.
Okay.
He also wouldn't just tell us.
Yeah, but see, he's not attacking us, but he's threatening, and he's also being super sketchy, which I don't like. And he also said we have a bounty on our head, so me not like that.
Okay. As you all continue just to stand here, he looks to you again and says, all right, in all seriousness, I have something that I'm currently working on. But the 3 of you, and he kind of flicks his eyes up again, the 5 of you could please turn around and leave. I would appreciate it. I know I said 5 seconds, and that's so dramatic.
I'm gonna wiggle my finger to Aldous to do the goo thingy.
I guess I will try to goo him.
Okay. While he's talking, go ahead and roll lore.
Goo.
And you're attempting to do what exactly?
Before.
Yeah, or the wall.
Okay. Oh, like shoot against the wall?
Yeah, basically like trap him against the wall or the floor.
Okay. You shoot this goo, and he kind of just jumps.
I'll use a fate point to head too.
Okay. You do that, and it seems to affect him. It doesn't stick him to the wall, but you get a good chunk on his leg. He goes to dodge, but he's unable to accurately guess the trajectory of this. He was probably expecting to be something else, and he looks at you again, just really confused. And we'll say like the right of his leg is like stuck to the ground, and he's kind of pulled off to the side a little bit. It's very rubbery, so some of the goo is also pulled to the wall. So he's kind of stuck where he currently is. He doesn't seem too perturbed by it though. If anything, he's more impressed. And he kind of points to you and says, "You're very interesting. How are you doing that?"
I have my secrets.
And he sort of nods and goes, "Huh. Well."
So what is this? What is this a front to? Because obviously this is not just a clothing store.
His face kind of ticks for a second, and he flips his eyes over to you, Ryder, and he looks annoyed now. And he goes, all right. And I was being fun and dramatic a second ago. You all need to leave right now. The 5 of you, seriously. If you do not leave, I cannot guarantee your safety. If you respond or retort in any way that is threatening, and he just lets it hang in the air. Go.
You're the one that had business with Martyr, so you clearly are already doing something illegal back here.
So I think we need to back up and re-advise our scenario.
He's just smiling and nodding at you, Ryder.
So, I mean, if I tipped off the cops,
He's still smiling at you.
wouldn't be very good for you now, would it?
Smile gets a little wider.
Again, whatever boogie monster you have behind you doesn't scare me. I've fought ginormous worms. You think I'm scared of a dark, scary monster?
The three of you make me athletics rolls.
Fuck. I'm gonna add a +2 to that. Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Nice.
Nara. Unfortunately, you're one of the three.
I'm sorry.
Athletics. Unfortunately,
It
you're
was
one of the.
athletics.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're one of the three that's close by.
Yeah. Oh. Better than I thought it would be.
Indeed. So 303. Okay. Something bursts out from behind him. It is deafeningly quiet. Your ears pop. You're not really sure exactly what the hell just happened, but something invisible strikes you. Something that has been prepared for quite some time, that you were somewhat warned of, but were unable to dodge out of the way. Each of you take...
John Cena?
Yeah, effectively. Each of you take basically damage equivalent to whatever the shift is there. So Nara take 5, Aldous take 8, and Ryder take 5.
Oh, hold on, before I take damage,
Yes.
shouldn't some of this stuff be like off, like the 6 severe consequences?
Let me see.
Because that had negative.
So repair armor
I need a
is...
mild consequence.
That one's fixed. Let's see. Yours are all clear, and Nara's. Yours are also clear.
Does the
See,
consequence also go away? The cheek cut?
that one would be gone, but chest wound wouldn't.
Okay.
One would be fixed. You still need to heal chest wound. But yeah, the cheek cut. Sorry, the cut cheek definitely would have healed during the down.
So
However you want to map that out. Realistically, 8 shifts for Aldous would just be the 4 tick, and then, well, that's a lot, obviously. The 4 tick and then a moderate consequence. This was for typing it up. This is bludgeoning damage. You're basically getting struck in the chest with something that you cannot see, and it hits like a truck.
I'm gonna radio
So-
GT being like, what the fuck is that? I need eyes on whatever just hit us.
All 3 of you got knocked back like 10 feet too.
what can I put as a mild consequence?
So for shit. So yours is how much did you take? 5?
Yeah.
So mild consequence, if you right click it, it kind of gives you examples. So you can say like bruised ribs would work. Because nothing broke. Yeah, because it's only mild. So then for Aldris,
Yeah, but bruised ribs suck.
yes, yeah. Well, so the bone isn't bruised because that would be probably more of a moderate. I would say something similar to Aldris would be because you got struck. So however you want to type that out, it did not feel good. Keep in mind you cannot mark more than 1 physical stress. So you can only mark 1 physical stress,
So
and you
I
have to mark
marked-
1 consequence.
So I marked 3 physical stress and 1 mild consequence.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So for a rider, you have to mark unmark 1 of those 2. So you can mark the 3 and then a mild consequence, but you can't mark a 3 and a 2.
Wait, why can't I mark a 3 and a 2?
Every instance of damage, you can only mark your stress bar 1 time, and then the rest of it has to go to a consequence. And if you want to do the same thing that Nara did, that works. You can just put yeah, bruised side basically, because it didn't break anything. But unfortunately, eight shifts of damage is a shit ton. Fortunately, a good chunk of that's taken up with the physical stress, and then the other 4 would have to be a moderate consequence. That would probably be like probably like a cracked rib, something close to that, if you have bird ribs, or something similarly ouch.
Bones.
Mahalo bones.
Yeah, I'm about to say, how bad is that for a bird? Probably not great. All right, so he's just looking at you guys from across the way. Nobody reacts. Everyone around the street walking around is doing the exact same thing. Liam is kind of clearing his eyes from the flash that was all just a spell a second ago, but he's trying to look back in, and he says to you, Gigi, as you're kind of looking back there with whatever goggles you have, you can see that there's some sort of movement. It's really difficult to tell. Whatever is back there is stealthed quite well. And it probably knows you're watching, so it's most likely shifting through various fields in order to not be seen. But when it fired, you were able to see sort of a metal-looking construct that was like not bolted to the ground, but like itself was mounted down, and it fired something. And that thing has moved now.
Metal construct. Well, first, I'm going to very angrily radio Nara and Aldris to get the F out of there and drag our idiot leader with them.
Yeah, all right.
And then,
Well, how far away is?
How's what?
How far away is? Are we from each other now? Now that we've been knocked back.
So you guys got knocked backwards. Ryder was about a few feet away from Thara. He got knocked back 10 feet. The two of you were maybe like 10 or so feet behind Ryder. So each of you are about 10, 20 feet away from each other, and you're 10 feet away from the entrance. And Nara, you're like 30 feet away from the entrance because you wouldn't have been up front.
How far away is are Aldris and Ryder from me?
Aldris is very close to you. He's like 10 feet. Ryder's a good like 10, 15 feet from you.
Alright. I'm gonna see if I can grab Ryder and move backwards.
Okay.
Right, and then I have an idea for something I want. Can I have like a gloved version of my mech? Or did I have that already?
I'm sorry, a what?
Like a mini gun, that forms like a glove around my hand that I can wear it all the time.
Oh, okay. Sorry. A gloved version of your mech? That is not a sentence I don't think I've ever heard. So you definitely need to elaborate.
It's like a little piece that just reacts. I can make like a gun with my light pops without my mech.
Okay, so you already had a gun that could do that, but it being in glove form sounds super cool. I like
Okay. I couldn't remember if I had that or not.
that. You definitely did, but it was big and bulky. This you could hide into places, and it can be fashionable.
Yes.
Sure, I like it.
Okay, can I toss a acid bomb on the roof?
You can do that, yeah.
And can I do like the super sour version to make it extra acidic so that it burns through whatever materials on the roof really fast?
You're very far away. So to accurately hit the roof from here, I'd say you need to be at a 4.
Well,
Because this is handheld, quite
if I
literally.
can damage anything, that's fine. Shoot?
Yes. Shoot, yes. Okay, you got 4. You meet it. So from here, you basically lob this like globule of acid. It goes just hurling through the sky as it lands, and you see it begin to sizzle and burn. Thar doesn't notice it immediately. He's scraping the goo off his leg, like more interested than annoyed. Like, what is this shit? And you see him sort of like look up, and you know he can hear the burning and the sizzling. Like, what the hell? And he turns.
I'm gonna tap Liam and say, "Let's go, real quick."
Okay, he turns to look into like the dark alley, kind of motions for something in there, and once again you see some colorful rainbowy shift move back further in, and he's still kind of like scraping himself off the wall. Ryder, Aldris, and Nara, I assume you guys are moving away now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm fighting.
No, I'm pulling him back.
Okay.
I was about to walk away and I got hit in the chest.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Bird Boy, and you got hit the worst too. No, I'm sorry. As the three of you are moving away, he doesn't really pay you guys any mind or the outcome of it. After you guys got shot, he just instantly started scraping himself off the wall, and you're not really sure how he's doing it. Like his hand is just scraping the stuff off the wall. It's very strange to look at. But you guys end up getting far enough that he peels himself free, and then he moves back into the darkness, and you can tell Georgiana that whatever you did definitely distracted them. They weren't really expecting it, and they didn't see it coming from the three of these. So he was like, where the hell from exactly? But he probably knows it was your group because
Oh yeah, he knew we were there.
yes. And as you guys are reconvening, you can tell that they are busy trying to prevent this thing from burning through their roof. All right, what are y'all doing?
Running.
Going back to the ship?
Well,
Or-
I will attempt to meet the other three along the way to help them hurry a little faster.
Okay. You can tell that something struck them. There is like it's not necessarily a burn, but there's this strange circular like compression on each of their bodies near their chest area.
My new cloak.
Radio the
Yeah.
Kabuto.
Okay. Yes,
Kabuto, meet me over in my general direction, please.
You want me to move the ship into the town?
Yes, that's correct.
Surely this ship has like a drop line we can grab on.
It doesn't respond, but you can both see and hear it from a distance, like, and beginning to like move up. It wasn't too far away as you guys like dismounted it, but it is indeed floating and moving closer to you guys. It's a fair chunk above the city, kind of just floating there.
All right. Well, I wanted to beam us up or whatever.
Okay. It does that as it extends its welcome to you all. You all stand still for about a moment, and you are brought
Okay, I
up
don't know
into the Kabuto.
what the fuck that was that just hit us, but I do not like what just happened. I'm like, as I run over to the controls myself, and I'm like, Gigi,
Yeah.
get in the bottom of the other gun, bottom gun. We're moving in. I'm gonna fly above the building, like pretty good distance, and I'm
Okay.
like, Kabuto, lock every weapon onto that building right below us. We're firing everything.
As you issue this command, the Kabuto responds with, Ryder, you are aware that the building is full of civilians, yes?
We're shooting the back end.
The back
They're
end is
probably not
connected-
even real civilians. They're probably fake, weird things, whatever that guy was made out of.
Captain, there are probably civilians in there.
Okay.
To
they
the
might be
building.
civilians. Okay. Send in one of our rockets into that back alleyway.
You hear various bleeps and bloops as it's attempting to coordinate that, and it pauses and says, that I can do. It will be a smaller ordnance. Is this acceptable?
Fire.
Firing. You feel the Kabuto kind of shake as it drops off one of its missiles, and it kind of just like and starts flying perfectly towards the little door entrance. And as it does, you guys are kind of just like waiting, and you can see it just going down this alleyway just perfectly, and it just kind of just sticks right in that little small area that Thar was guarding, and nothing. No explosion.
Huh?
I believe.
Gigi, you saw that, right?
I'm out. Deuces.
Time to leave.
Gotta go.
I'll take over the ship's controls and get us out of here.
As you begin to turn, you actually do see some smoke billowing up from that hole, though.
I'm gonna drop the
bit of
controls
smoke.
and I'm just like gonna look flabbergasted and look at Gigi and just be like, I don't know what we're dealing with, but I don't like this.
As I leave, can I ask the Kabuto to do a quick scan
What are we scanning?
of the building? I guess maybe the structure. I'm
Okay.
wondering if it goes deeper than it looks.
Okay.
And I'll also ask Nara to do one too. Maybe she's got different systems.
Okay. I'll say with your guys' combined efforts, attempting, specifically because you phrase it this way, Georgiana, whether its defenses were down for a moment or something else, you're not entirely sure, but your scan reveals for just a moment that this building does indeed go deeper, underground. No, there was not a floor below this one upon entering the retailer side. It was a single floor building.
There's
I'm
extra
gonna-
stuff beneath it.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna press the button on my little captain's chair. I'm like, Kabuto, ready the medevac. We need to get Aldris in there and healed up.
Understood. That looked unpleasant. And the back sections and everything are readied. As you guys fly away, a seemingly drunken-looking man kind of waddles back over to the music shop that he works at.
Good, he made it.
You did not bring him with you.
Do that? Yeah, I didn't want to.
That would have been awkward. Alrighty, as you guys are canoodling off, where is your next destination? Are we poking at the data pad? What are we doing? What are we flying about?
Okay, so we have no idea where Master Jones is, or whatever his name is. That guy led us to nowhere other than just getting hurt, and he's clearly hiding something more, which we have no idea what it is.
I'm inclined to say we need to go back to Howdy and rip his head off for not telling us everything.
Well, we'll definitely do that too. But we do need to advise a plan on figuring out what is going on there, because whether that's not our mission, they assaulted all of our crew members, and there's clearly something bigger happening down there.
Well, yeah, we've now pissed them off, so they're gonna be on the lookout for us.
Well, that they also know that we have a bounty on our head, but also I feel like if we dig deeper, there's probably something important there that we can find out.
Yes.
Because no clothing store is that guarded.
No.
I think our next what's the word I'm looking for? Our next maneuver or whatever is to go down with our mechs and try to fight whatever invisible thing that is.
No, we need more info first.
Well, yeah, that too. I just mean when we go down there.
And then possibly, yes.
Nara, did you figure out anything with your scan?
Did I?
Scan regarding what?
The structure.
Kabuto and she was scanning.
Yeah.
I'm also assuming once Nara specifically realized it went underground, she probably did like an intensive scan.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, once I realized that it was bigger than it appeared, I would try and, make the search a little more targeted for what's below it.
definitely. Because you guys are flying away, so that result from, like I said, we won't roll just because you guys are very specific in how you phrase that. That was your collective scanning, both Nara and Georgiana. It is what that revealed. So both of you working together revealed that there is a floor below this, but something, once again, is actively preventing you from pursuing an actual floor plan and information.
Is it like a sort of field?
It is both a field and some form of anti-hacking maneuver. So effectively, it would be the same thing as if someone were to look at the Kabuto and try to get all of these schematics of it. You guys would have automated responses that would stop it, and if someone was actually actively attacking the Kabuto, Nara would be there to stop them. If someone was that good, so it's
There's
effectively
somebody
that.
there that's like that.
I trigger Nara's aspect.
To want to hack it.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay. So does that mean we're not flying away? You guys are gonna hover above and try to get more information?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we try to fly away,
I want to.
Are you in the pilot seat?
Yeah.
If you start to fly away, I smack you.
No, I'm not gonna fly away.
Why is Nara so violent?
Not like, I mean, like on the hand, you know, so
Okay.
she doesn't have it on the joystick or whatever.
I want to. Well, I'm gonna keep my hand on the joystick just in case we need to make a real quick evac.
As
But
professionals do.
I'm gonna go as far away as feels safe, but close enough that Nara can still reach.
Okay.
So
While they're doing that, I'm gonna go into the medic bay with Aldous to make sure he's fine, but I'm also gonna treat my chest wound.
Who would like to assist with Ryder's wound? Well, technically, Nara can't. I think she has the best chance to do so.
Yeah.
Aldous.
But
I'll
I'm
treat him,
busy.
and then he
Yeah.
can deal with me.
Oh, you have a. I say crafts make sense for helping people. There's not a medic skill. Crafts or lore would make sense. So
Can Aldous help when he's in worse condition?
yes,
I think
It's
Aldous
just
is
a
in
cracked
worse
rib. I'll be
condition.
fine.
yeah. They
I
have
technically have more damage.
they have equal wounds.
All right.
Yeah, fortunately, because the scenes ended, the physical stress goes away, except the consequences stay. So Aldous, in order to help Mr. Ryder, you just need to roll his damage plus 2, I believe. So yes. Wait. Surprisingly,
So a 4.
oh wait, hold on. Did I read that wrong? No. There we go. Okay. So go ahead. We'll start with the bruised side, Aldous. Roll whichever you want. Crafts lore, it's the same thing. To fix bruised side, you just need a 2 for that one.
Barely.
Okay, I'll put a little nib next to it saying it's healing. Remember, they don't go away, they're just healing. And then to do chest wound, same thing. You need to roll a
Rolling
4.
this one.
Holy mother of God, okay.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Yeah, for real. All right, so those are both now healing. The mild consequence will go away sooner. So the cracked rib. Do you have a stat for this one, Ryder, or do you want to wait for Nara?
I mean, I can try and then she could try, right?
No, only one person can try.
My craft is 1, so I probably failed that.
Do you have any others? I don't think you have anything. You don't. Okay, I would wait for Nara then.
Okay.
I'll be
Nara,
fine.
Just be safe. Just be safe.
Nara gets a faint point for me triggering her aspect,
yeah,
right?
I gave it to her. Okay, so from up above Nara, this 100% triggers you, and you 100% want to get in more now. So Georgiana parks the Kabuto for a moment as you are attempting to hack this. I don't think I need to say this, but obviously a failed or successful attempt is going to be dangerous regardless.
Out of curiosity, is she nearby, or is she in her own room doing this?
I'm nearby. Because I
Alright.
said I was gonna
I
I was gonna hit you.
I'm quietly rooting for you.
Okay.
Alrighty, Nara. So,
As in, if you need like a cheerleader, I'm here.
Alright.
all right,
Nara.
Why is my mouse
Nara,
not working?
Nara.
give it a slap. That makes everything work.
Alright.
All right, regardless what you roll, Nara, I'll give you a +1 on this. What precisely are you looking for, though? Just to see what's down there?
Oh, I want to know everything they're not trying to let me see.
Okay.
I'll take anything I can get.
All right. This is an active pull back and forth, back and forth. Of course, they are fighting you on this one.
Right.
So with your hacking, go ahead and roll up against initially whatever is their natural defense. So go ahead and roll first.
For with burglary.
Burglary makes the most sense because you're trying to hack in, yeah. All right.
Damn it.
So that is a 3, but unfortunately that is short. You can jack that up if you want. Fate point, obviously.
Yeah, I'll check it up.
Okay.
So fate point.
Or yep, 1 fate point. We'll bring that up to a 5 because we have a +1 in general. So as you're trying to hack into this, you
Wait, do I get a fate point?
So I already gave you 1, so you should be at 2 currently.
Okay.
So you're trying to tinker into this, and it is offering just extra resistance against you.
I love
You're
a
able-
challenge.
You're able to sneak in though, and that flash of information that you received that unfortunately you weren't really able to save, you now have. and you can see that there are multiple layers under this clothing shop. There's the standard ground floor, then there's a basement subfloor 1, a basement subfloor 2, and a basement subfloor 3. You only get
a whole secret hideaway.
A quick
Secret
flash of the
base.
3 of these.
Okay.
But you notice that someone notices you, and now they're trying to stop you and get you out.
Okay.
So go ahead and
Well, I
roll
want
10.
to.
I want to be in. Not bad. Alrighty. Something goes awry on their side. Something horribly, horribly goes wrong on their side. And Nara, you see that this is definitely some form of extensive operation. This is not a clothing store. This is borderline military, whatever it is. Once again, difficult to get various details, but you see there are lots and lots and lots of defenses, including mounted defenses. So you see mechs, you see various spaceships. You can't get the specs in any of these things, but you do know that they are present.
If this is actually military, our bounty just went way up.
Can I keep going?
You can keep going, yes.
I have all this information now, though, right?
You do, yes. It's not going anywhere.
Okay.
And once again, they very much know you are in.
All right.
Okay. So that
I'm
being
gonna use a fate point.
okay.
Should I? So if I re-roll and I get add 2, right?
So technically you're at 3. So adding 2 would bring you to 5.
All right, I'll do that then.
right,
So now I'm down to 1 fate point, correct?
Indeed. Correct. Yes. So you hack in further. You tell me, Nara, what are you looking for?
I want to know what they're hiding. I want to know what's so important.
It takes
You
you
said
a moment.
you said it's almost like a military operation, right?
It's very well organized, yes. And this person fighting up against you, just the gall of you guys doing what you did, piecing out, immediately turning around, and then trying to see what the hell they got going on down here.
You know, you guys weren't supposed to copy me and loud and proud. That's my thing.
I'm
They're,
concentrating.
Yeah, I was like, she's hacking the planet right now. Quiet, Georgiana.
Yes, ma'am.
Meek is standing next to you, Nara, with a little towel in his mouth, and he's like wiping your brow.
I can't. I don't even notice.
He's there for moral support.
He turns my eyebrow blue.
Oops. It's okay. It looks cool. So what you see, Nara, is once again, they are not military, but they are organized like they are one.
Okay.
This bit of information, while difficult to ascertain at first, because like I said, you are definitely fighting against somebody, but they weren't expecting you to come in this hot. And you're able to determine a stock of some variety, and it's organized very, very, very well, using various code names and such. And you determine, Nara, that these individuals are drug peddlers. They're a very, very well-organized drug trade.
It's a cartel.
It's a cartel, basically.
Okay.
So what you're saying is we just pissed off a drug cartel.
Yes.
Nice.
I keep going.
Okay.
I'm gonna use all of my fate. I'm just gonna try using all of my fate points.
All right, go for it.
Which is
Their defenses are slowly getting better, but you do have another fate point.
I mean, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, I'm gonna use my
Well,
last
you-
fate. No,
you're-
I'm already over them, right?
You're 5, yeah. You're already over.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, what else do you want to know?
I want to know who they're shipping to, who's in it. I want to know who's working for them.
Who isn't working for them? You can tell that this is one of their locations. They
I guess you want to know how widespread they are.
Yeah, that's what I want to know, really.
they are fairly widespread. You're able to kind of yoink that information pretty quickly, and I'll let you know
Try
if you
to
guys
find,
run into a planet that
stuff
has
about
them on it,
masters.
basically. Try to do what?
Okay.
Sorry, what was that? Repeat.
I was saying, try to find stuff if they know information about masters.
So in all this hacking, Nara, they're not even trying to hide it. You pretty easily get that this person, Martyr Jonez, stole drugs from these people. and they
Okay.
want him dead.
Okay.
Wait, are they the ones who did the bounty?
Maybe.
And we just pissed them off looking for him?
Man. Alright.
You okay, babe?
Alright, let me see. So that
Can you also get the names of the big wigs?
yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Names and faces, preferably.
I don't think we'll get
you,
faces, but
I say you don't have any names of the big wigs or anything initially, but from all this information you're able to nab. If you
what do
land
you
on,
mean? They don't have a phone tree?
I know, right?
I mean, even middle tier will lead us somewhere if we actually need this info somewhere.
Yes. So you guys have probably too much information on this group here, but yes, they are pretty widespread and far. The reason why they didn't care about any of your threats is because, as I mentioned, they are pretty widespread and far, and they have the cops in their pockets very, very easily. They just say, "Here, take some money. Ignore what we're doing. Thank you. Have a nice day."
So the bounty that we are looking for, though, is they're probably the ones that put it out there.
Yeah.
That would make the most sense. So you know that
Okay.
Martyr Jonas stole from these guys, but you probably get the idea that he might have stole from others. So there's a slight possibility someone else put the bounty out for them, but it would logically make the most sense on this planet with these people that they did.
Can I send them something?
Just be like, I'm very sorry.
No. I want to send them a copy of the bounty
While
and
you're
say
in there, Nara, sure.
job,
What?
and have it say we're on the job. Don't worry.
I love you.
Okay. While you're in there, just taking all this information, you basically leave a little sticky note that says
After we
basically,
bombed
oops.
them.
Yeah. I said, like, as you guys are exiting, you're leaving this note.
Yeah.
Okay. As you all are leaving, you effectively leave a note that just says sorry, where we were trying to capture that guy. And not that you can see this individual, but you can just imagine someone just going crazy on a keyboard, just screaming, freaking out, and then just losing their mind at seeing this note.
Love
Nice.
it. Ah, feels good. Feels good. But are we on the way out now?
Yeah.
All right, that was really tiring. I gotta sit down. I slump into the co-pilot chair.
Meek jumps up
Or
in your
what?
lap. He's chilling.
Wait, is the co-pilot chair right beside me?
You're in the pilot chair, yeah?
Presumably, yeah.
I'm gonna. Did you tell us this? What you did?
That I was, yeah. I mean, I'm like throwing the information back into our systems.
I'm gonna real quick jump up, smooch Nara on the lips, and then get back in my seat.
Nice.
You're
Love it.
amazing.
It's exhausting being this good at my job.
Liam was watching like, damn. She wasn't kidding. Holy shit. And something you noticed, Georgiana, as you guys are rocketing off into space, you look down for a moment and you see Neat. He's kind of chilling there and he's nuzzling up against Nara in her lap, and you think you see, for the briefest of moments, a bruise on his stomach.
On Meek's stomach?
On Meek's stomach, yeah.
I'm petting him, by the way, just so you know.
He is very much enjoying that.
All right. Well, I will have to investigate that later because I'm currently.
Flying, yes.
Yeah.
It's something you kind of catch out of the corner of your eye. Also, we'll go ahead and shift to the end of the session real quick there. Nara, if you could roll me, of course, after you probably had a had a bath or something to get the stink of hacking off you. Go ahead and roll me. I think you've been using crafts, so go ahead and roll me crafts to help out Aldris. You need to roll a 4 or higher, of course. Wonderful. All right.
Nice.
So
More
healing
rib.
rib.
Nice.
All right, so with the assistance of the Kabuto, your ribs are now healing. I don't think you guys have any injuries. You do not. I missed my little button. Oh yeah, you have bruised rib, don't you?
Mhm.
Say, does Aldris want to help Nara? You just need to get a
Oh,
2.
does she need something?
Yeah,
Sure.
just a 2. Nailed it. Excellent. All right, he is now also healing. All right. Perfect. All right, we'll go ahead and pause the session there as we take all this information and just kind of like compile it into something, and then we'll determine what we do with it.
Can I make a PowerPoint
PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah, of everything
Just
that I got.
everything you just got.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be fantastic.
I'll do that then.
After the PowerPoint, I'm gonna look at Nara. I'm like, so we just fucked with the a cartel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we did. We really did.
I'm smart. It's okay. Great.
I told you to back off, Captain.
I say, don't worry about it. I left them a note.
So,
It'll be fine. We're
real
good.
quick, even though we pissed off the cartel, I think this plays into our favor. Hear me out. We get
Okay.
Master Jones, right? Gucci. Get his bounty, which is not that much, but get his bounty. Then we go down into that cartel, kill them, take all their drugs and money and stuff, sell that, and we get even more money.
I think that's a lofty goal, Captain.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
That's
Yeah.
not a good idea. From what I gather, this group is incredibly widespread, and we definitely messed up a little bit there. Just only a little bit, though.
But hey, good news. Me and Nara were successful.
Yeah, we did good.
Yes, you guys did indeed get your information.
Or were you able to figure out what that guy was? Because I shot him and he didn't really react.
Was that in the personnel files that I was able to grab?
Somewhat. You know that they have a very interesting defense force. I will leave it at the word interesting and augmented. They have some sort of augmentation program.
I relay that. I'm like, well, there wasn't a lot of information on him, but this is what we've got. So.
Alrighty, and with that, we'll go ahead and pause there. If y'all want to add a +1 to a stat, you are more than welcome to do so. And we will pick this up next week.
What can we add a +1 to?
Anything, as long as it makes sense.
As long as it's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, as long as you got a little pyramid going. So if you have one,
say
two.
that?
Sorry,
I
what?
feel like I don't know what I can add.
If you're confused,
Actually, think of it like blocks, right? So I
Yeah.
have 3 2s and 2 3s, so I can add a 3 because 3 3s will fit on 2 3s.
yes. As long as you're building a block going upward, then you're fine. So you currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones, and 1, 2, 3, 4 2s. So you can make one of your 2s a 1. So you'd have 5 2s and 5 1s. They'd stack on each other, and you'd be fine. It wouldn't fall over.
I have to
So
upgrade one of my 1s.
5 2s and 5 1s. I also think I did not upgrade the last time either.
You might not have. I'll leave Foundry running for just a heartbeat. If you guys want, check everyone's. We can all do this in a second. But basically, look at everyone's numbers. Make sure we have the same total of number, which will take a hot second because you got to add 4 to 3 to 3 to 2 to 2 to 2 to 2, and then add 5. But the total should be the same for everyone. And we can.
I can get one more 2.
Yeah, you can change one of your 1s to a 2.
One of my 1s.
Yeah. So remember, you're not adding a new skill at a certain level. You're just changing something to +1. So, for example, you'd bring from will from 1 to 2, or resources from 1 to 2. You wouldn't take deceive, that's at a 0, to 2, because that's adding 2 points.
So I'll do with athletics.
You could
be
very much do that.
worthwhile?
Yeah. So athletics is kind of the go-to stat for dodging things. So that would be
Yeah,
very smart.
it's like
That
a
would be good
catch-all.
for me. I'm going to
Yeah,
do that.
Athletics is
then.
basically a catch-all
In
if you're being
fact,
shot at.
I just upgraded athletics.
Yeah, that one's definitely smart to upgrade. And as a good example, you have 4 1s, 4 2s, 2 3s, and 2 4s. That is perfect. You can totally do that.
Okay.
Nothing falls
All right.
over. Your
I'll
tower.
call it a day then.
All right, excellent.